All the men, of course, they've got a concert, two-day concert happening at Zevenwacht Wine Estate. We'll give you all of the details, and they brought some friends along today as well. Nice little surprise.
And we'll get a nice little sneak peek. And then also we're going to keep it with the music industry and catch up with the voice of the Insider SA and 5FM DJ, Nick Hammond, who shares his latest project on finding true talent in our South African school students.
Yeah, and the talent is amazing. Then we're going to wrap up the show with the ultimate Friday dance by Elite Movement Studio. Carl is in the house. Expect him to be dancing along as well. It's going to be an amazing show. We'll get into all of the weekend sports in just a moment. So plenty to enjoy ahead of a bumper weekend. Let's say very good morning to our gorgeous team. His hair is even more upstanding today. Good morning, gang.
Hey, babe.
Morning.
Morning. I said that too. I said your hair looks a bit different today, Mr. Holwasty.
It's because it's just, I'm just kind of growing it out there a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I just put a bit of extra height, it's fine. But it's Friday, so anything goes, and that's why they put us together, because, you know, hair goals, I know. This is what we do.
We woke up like this, everybody.
We did.
But you know what? Starting my day with you is a highlight. Every single day, I'm just like, I get to wake up with the best people. But we're finding out by you on social media, what has been your highlight from Expresso Show this month? Please do let us know. I'm sure there's been so many. What about you, Mr. Holwasty?
You know what the highlight is, right? Without me even knowing, they put you and I against each other for like a dance thing. You know, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? So the thing is, how do you compete with the splits? That's the thing. No one can compete with the splits.
You were smooth. You were definitely smooth. I was like, you need to teach me one day. And I'm so glad that they put us together, but I had your back the entire time. I was
Thank you.
Carl took that one. Carl did
But you took it though. But I mean, those are our highlights. But we'd love to hear yours. A highlight of my day is actually watching Graham do the news. Like, there's something about him. There's something very debonair. He'll look at you, he'll give you a grin now and say, it's time to get into the news. Just watch.
It is time to get into the news, and I think there is something lacking in your life, my friend. Let's start with our national news, and on a tragic note, the regent of the Zulu nation and wife of the late King Goodwill Zwelithini, Queen Shiyiwe Mantfombi Dlamini Zuma, has passed away. This was confirmed last night by the traditional prime minister to the Zulu nation, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Queen Mantfombi Dlamini became regent just over a month ago after the death of King Goodwill Zwelithini. Buthelezi assured the country that there would be no leadership vacuum in the Zulu nation. King Zwelithini succumbed to COVID-19 complications last month. The cause of the Queen's death has not been mentioned as yet. Then a suspected Cape Town gang leader has been arrested in connection with the murder of one of the mother city's foremost detectives, Colonel Charles Kinnear. 3 other suspects were also arrested. Charges being brought to include the attempted murder of an attorney, Mr. William Booth, who's featured on our show many times, and gang-related extortion, kidnapping and intimidation. Several hidden unlicensed firearms were also seized. Police spokesperson Katlego Mogale says the suspects will appear in the Cape Town Magistrates Court on Monday. Police Minister Becky Cele described the arrests as a breakthrough. On the international front, the raging state of the COVID-19 pandemic in India is a wake-up call for Africa. Its governments and citizens must not let their guard down. The Africa Union's Disease Control Agency warned yesterday African nations generally do not have sufficient numbers of healthcare workers, hospital beds, oxygen supplies, and the continent with 1.3 billion people would be even more overwhelmed than India if cases surged in a similar fashion. This was according to John Nkengasong, head of the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Nkengasong urged Africans to wear masks and avoid large gatherings. A little further afield, Alexei Navalny appeared in court from prison yesterday and accused Vladimir Putin of attempting to rule Russia, we quote, forever and caring only about clinging to power. It was the opposition politician's first public appearance since starting a 2.5-year jail term, viewed as punishment for his fierce criticism of the Kremlin. Navalny spoke via video link, his prison kit hanging loosely after a recent 24-day hunger strike over his treatment. But simultaneously, another Moscow court was discussing a petition to ban all political organizations he's affiliated with. Next, great news for those who regularly potter around the garden. News from Britain's Royal Horticultural Society, the RHS, is that there's a new vitamin on the block. It's called vitamin G. This, as a new study reveals a significant association between gardening more frequently and improvements in well-being, perceived stress and physical activity. So the study surveyed more than 6,000 people, and results indicate that those who garden every day have well-being scores 6.6 higher and stress levels 4.2% lower than people who don't garden at all. In fact, it says gardening every day has the same positive impact on well-being than undertaking regular, vigorous exercise like cycling or running. The study, conducted by the RHS and published in the City's Journal, found that more frequent gardening was also linked with greater physical activity, supporting the notion that gardening is good for both body and mind, and clearly spirit. Moreover, a greater proportion of plants in the garden was linked with greater well-being, suggesting even just viewing green gardens may be beneficial as well. So it certainly sounds as if it's time to get your vitamin G, get out into the garden this weekend. That's where we leave our news headlines. Let's get into the sport. With a resounding cheer, we salute the return of domestic rugby. It resumes tomorrow as the Pro 14 Rainbow Cup competition kicks off with two exciting fixtures, obviously an adjusted format now with the SA franchises not travelling abroad. The Stormers will host the Sharks in their opener at their new home ground, the Cape Town Stadium, at 2 p.m. Then the second fixture will see the Bulls up against the Lions at Loftus Versfeld, and that's obviously in Pretoria at 7 p.m. In South Africa's Quinton de Kock is back on form. He smashed 70 from 50 deliveries to guide the Mumbai Indians to a comfortable 7-wicket victory over the Rajasthan Royals at the Feroz Shah Kotla Stadium. Now, of course, in the Indian Premier League yesterday, Mumbai successfully chasing down a target of 171, winning with 9 balls to spare. Now, the results from yesterday, the Delhi Capitals recorded a 7-wicket win over the Kolkata Knight Riders in Ahmedabad, and they're going to be obviously just one fixture today. That's the Punjab Kings up against the Royal Challengers Bangalore, that one kicking off at 4 p.m. Then on to football. Edison Cavani and Bruno Fernandes both scored twice as Manchester United thrashed Roma 6-2 in their semi-final first-leg Europa League clash at Old Trafford last night. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men came from behind to win the match and close in on the Europa League final. In the second fixture, Arsenal suffered a semi-final first-leg loss at Villarreal. That match ended 2-1 to Villarreal, with both teams finishing with only 10 men. The Europa League return leg fixtures will take place next Thursday, kicking off at 9 p.m. And throwing it forward in the Premier League this weekend, all eyes will be on Old Trafford when the in-form Manchester United host reigning champions Liverpool. It's a rivalry as old as the Premier League. The Red Devils and the Reds will go head-to-head on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Another Premier League fixture, Southampton take on Leicester City tonight. Manchester City will aim to move one step closer to that title when they face Crystal Palace. That's tomorrow. And then on Sunday, Tottenham Hotspur, they'll be aiming to keep their Champions League hopes alive when they take on Sheffield United in that final match of the weekend. Well, we're going to delve deeper into the PSL, all of the footballing action and the rugby in just a moment in our sports preview, so stick around for that. But right now, let's greet the day with some of your beautiful sunrise pictures.
Thank you, Graham, and we loved seeing all of the fantastic sunrise photos shared by our viewers this week. Thank you to all of you that have taken the time to begin and obviously share those gorgeous photos with us. Now, to wrap up the week, we start with Andrew Harris from Belito, who shared this red glowing sunrise with us. Belito can expect times of showers today and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius. Gershwin Shaw from Pretoria shared this image of the sun peeking through the clouds, casting this interesting beam of light across the sky. Pretoria can expect times of sun and some rain throughout the day with a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius. Now, if you would like to share your photo with us, it's really simple. Just head on over to the Expresso Facebook page and don't forget to include your location so that we can give you a brief weather update for your area too. And while we're enjoying experiencing a sunrise from your parts of South Africa, we also have some international viewers who are tuned in on both YouTube and the Africa channel in the US. So this morning we report on the weather for Sao Paulo. Did you know that Sao Paulo translates from Portuguese actually means St. Paul? Well, Sao Paulo is also the largest Portuguese-speaking city in the world, and your Friday ahead will be partly sunny, reaching a maximum of 23 degrees Celsius. Just a quick weather update. A cold front is expected to grip most parts of the country from today onwards. The SA Weather Service has confirmed that a high-pressure system will bring with it some icy conditions and heavy rainfalls. KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape are likely to be worst affected by the drop in temperatures, although Mpumalanga and Limpopo could also feel the pinch. Reports also suggest that there could be snowfall over the Drakensberg region in the coming days. Weather forecaster Venetia Pukula says the whole country will in fact experience a cold snap and a drop in temperatures this weekend. Now, looking to our temperatures across the country, winter certainly seems to be settling in as those temperatures continue to drop across the country. In Polokwane, expect a low of 13 and a high of 23. If you're in Mbombela today, a high of 28 can be expected. A 60% chance of precipitation for Pretoria with a high of 18, and Johannesburg reaching a high of 17. Mahikeng 7, 23, Klerksdorp 10, 23. If you're in Kimberley today, some thunder showers can be expected with a high of 19. Rainy conditions in Bloemfontein 4 with a high of 18. Richards Bay 16 reaching a high of 21. Rainy conditions in Pietermaritzburg 10 with a high of 16. Durban 16 with a high of 20. Rain in Mthatha 6 is your low, 13 your high. East London 12 reaching a high of 19. If you're in Cradock today, 3 is your low, 16 your high. Gqeberha 11 with a high of 19. Partly cloudy conditions in George today, 8 with a high of 18. Cape Town also reaching a high of 18 degrees Celsius. Worcester 5 reaching a high of 21. Sunny conditions in Sutherland, a low of 1, a high of 18. And Uppington expect a low of 9 and a high of 24 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your weather for now. And speaking of that cold weather, I guess this weekend you need to snuggle up.
You're awesome today. We'll start.
Snuggling up, did you?
like,
Did you
snuggle up.
Are we going to snuggle now? I didn't even know that this is about snuggling.
Right.
Okay. Stay a blanket? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, this is good. So what I decided to do, you know, we're talking about a cold snap as well. We're talking about a lot of wind, a lot of precipitation coming up. So I felt like it's important to upgrade the look a little bit. And what I've done is I've got a beautiful, right, a puffer.
Yes.
Right? So this is called the funnel puffer. And I want to add it to the look to kind of enhance it. You know what I'm saying?
Just to elevate
Just
it,
to
like,
elevate the
make
look,
it
but also just to impress you. Actually.
Impress me, so
I
you
just want
don't
to
need
impress
to.
you.
You don't need to
because it's
impress
wind
me.
resistant. It's easy. It kind of works with everything. To be honest with you, I could probably just wear only this as well at a certain stage of the weekend, depending on how things go. But I just decided to add this, and it's warm, but at the same time it's not too warm because we're like sort of mid-season type of thing. So this is what I've got going on over here.
You look like a Friday call right now. I'm not
I
sure
am.
if that is a thing, but you
It
look like
is.
a Friday call. You look warm, you look comfy, you look
Thank
ready
you.
for winter. So whatever the weather is looking like this weekend, this is how you're going to take us
That's
into
it.
the weekend.
Do you want to touch it? Do you want to touch
I do.
just that section there?
Wow.
Quality, eh? You see that?
Quality.
Quality.
I can't
And the
agree.
jacket.
And here's the thing, actually, these jackets and puffers and coats are actually 20% off at Woolworths. Now, this is off kids, men's and women's wear in store. Now, remember, this is valid until the 2nd of May, 2021. And you can shop these lekker jackets that will elevate your Friday in store, online, or on the Woolworths app. I think you just need to do a bit of a twirl for the Friday twirl.
I can do a little
3,
twirl. So this is
2,
That's
1.
right. I'm a puffer,
Taking you.
not a fighter. That's right. Go
And
ahead.
that's how you Friday,
So
everybody.
tall. That's right. Break it down.
If your Sunrise Snaps are prize winners, give it your best shot on Expresso, and yours could win you one of those oh-so-chic Nespresso travel mugs. So snap your best Sunrise and post it to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook page with the hashtag Nespresso Sunrise. Winners are announced Mondays on the show, and competition closes the 5th of May. So let's be seeing those morning masterpieces.
Welcome back. As we dive into sport, local rugby makes its return this weekend with the exciting derby action between the Stormers and the Sharks and the Bulls and the Lions in our kind of reimagined Pro 14 Rainbow Cup tournament. Then Super Rugby continues in New Zealand and, of course, Australia. And the Varsity Cup resumes with round 6. Sports journalist Goodluck joins us via video call right now to give us a weekend sports preview. My brother, welcome to it. We are happy. Why are we happy? Because rugby has returned. Even if it is a slightly watered down, weird version of the Rainbow Cup, we'll take it because it's 2 derby games. Let's start with the very first one for the Stormers at their brand new home, the Cape Town Stadium. And I would imagine quite a weird outing for Siya Kolisi, who has to go back and play his old team.
Yeah, I mean, talk about going straight back into a hot pan. Siya Kolisi will probably be looking forward to it, probably more so because there won't be any supporters in the grandstands. But yeah, it was probably one of those ones with him where, look, he's going to have to front up. A lot of eyes are going to be on him. So he has to play to his optimum because a lot of people want him to fail, especially going back to Cape Town. So there's a lot on his shoulders. He's got the expectations of coming to the Sharks and adding something that, to them, and also showing the Stormers that if they just kept their management side together, they could have still had quite a good player in them. So it's also playful for him.
And of course, if you were a betting man and you look back on history, I think 4 out of the last 6 times that Coastal Derby has gone the way of the Finns. The Sharks have certainly held sway. And of course, in a very notable previous outing in the Currie Cup final, the Sharks got one over. So the Stormers will have a point to prove. How do you see this one playing out? Do you think John Dobson has enough in the tank? The Stormers team seems brimming with talent, yet they can never quite get that potentialized.
Yeah, I think you can say the same for both teams, really, because over the years, the Sharks have always had a Springbok led inside as well, and they've not quite been able to get over the line. And the same as the Stormers, looked at the Sharks side, and they've got 7 Springboks playing, but still fairly young players in very, very crucial areas of the pitch. Jamie Ward gets an opportunity at number 12 to show what he can do. But the Stormers, they're looking decent. A couple of players will want to take their chances now since they've lost a couple of stalwarts. So it's a now or never for most of them, you know, if they want to take the leap into key players for the Stormers and then make the step up to the Springboks. So yeah, very big game for both parties, actually.
Yeah, and I think this must be seen as very much a stepping stone towards international rugby again for all of those South African players who have designs on the Springboks. Now, lest we forget, there is a Yixgay derby as well. The Lions up against the Bulls. The Bulls kind of seemed like the favourites for so much of the domestic rugby that we've seen. They did falter a little bit, but they're getting so much right from the coaching staff, the connection of the players, the mixture of experience and young talent. There is something exciting happening at the Bulls, but the Lions are no mooks. This is going to be another brilliant showdown.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, credit to Jake White and his coaching team. We've seen in the 3 competitions that they've played so far, it doesn't matter who's part of the team. Yeah. Everything is still a well-oiled machine, and everyone is still sticking to a game plan that's seeming to yield results at the moment. Contrast between the 2 sides, if you look at the Bulls, superstars in the team hasn't been named yet, but you can already see what type of players they have available to them. The Lions named their team early, and they've come out looking a little bit lightweight. The man in your picture right now, Elton Yankees, is now away in France as a medical joker. So coming in at number 10 is Fred Zeilinger, very, very different type of player to Elton Yankees. So it remains to be seen if the Lions will now have to change the whole game plan completely.
Going to be an interesting fixture there. We're looking at some of those legends on screen right now. That Bulls team, I think, I'm going to say, probably the favourites for the tournament so far. But the Stormers up against the Sharks tomorrow at 2, then the Bulls and the Lions at 7. Let's bring it down a peg. I want to say not in the kind of rugby played, but in terms of the structure to Varsity Cup, which has thrown us some absolute thrillers. I'm right now talking about the top of the table clash. UCT running in 12 tries against their opposition from the University of Technology in Bloem. You've got to say that they are out-and-out favourites for the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite angry at this fixture. It had me here Monday feeling it to be some type of make or break fixture, and it was going to be tight. And then there we go. Not even in the first half, the game was already over. So it seems like I was lying to the people. But look, that just goes to show you how much UCT have prepared for this competition. I think even in the first game, I saw how they sort of blew away Maltese. That was probably a sign that, this season they could really do something special. And that was just a statement of intent from them. They want the cup, so no doubt.
I love it, man. Keep an eye on that number 15 jersey. That's all I'm going to say. And, of course, then we wrap up the rugby this weekend. Hurricanes up against the Highlanders. A dead rubber in Super Rugby Aotearoa. That's at 5 minutes past 9. And then the Blues face the Chiefs. But the Crusaders have already got the number 1 spot there. And then we rounded off with Super Rugby AU Brumbies and Western Force semi-final showdown. And that is Saturday at 11:45. All right, Yolo, we're going to ask you to stick around. We're going to talk a little bit of football in just a moment. And I'm going to again ask you if AmaZulu are going to win the PSL title. You can think about that. We'll be back in a sec.
So as you know, sports teams, they are often like, squad goals. I mean, they think they are, but they've actually got nothing on some of our viewers.
Oh, no, they've got nothing on a lot of our viewers. In fact, it's our favorite day of the week, Friday. We get to announce the lucky winner of an awesome Big Flex 2 hamper. It's valued at 1,000 Rand. And we have our 4th and final winner on the line right now, right?
All right, let's do it. All right, so drum roll, please. Here we go. Congratulations to the one and only Sihle!
Come on! Sihle Khumalo. I mean, take a look at that picture. If that's not squad goals, then I actually don't know what is.
I mean, it looks really, really good, I must just say. Clearly Cape Town, clearly some sort of yacht boat party.
Yeah. Summer living at its best. They don't do it once, they do it twice. I think they do it more than twice. They do it all the time. Look at that beard, look at that hair color, look at that hairstyle, dreads, shades. They are giving you everything you never knew you wanted. Sihle Khumalo, wow. You've just won yourself the Big Flex 2 hamper filled with great grooming and booming goodies. It's valued at $1,000. It's going to help keep you and your squad looking fresh as ever. Let's speak to him maybe.
All right, Sihle, are you there?
Morning.
Yo! Sihle!
Sounding fresh as well, eh?
Absolutely.
I'm very impressed. You guys have been waiting for this moment.
Well, the moment is yours, Sihle. You guys look amazing. Do you go by any squad name? Is it Sihle and the gang or Dynamite Deep Blue Dudes? What do you guys go as?
Not really. We're just a gang. That's just to hang out and have fun. That's it.
Nice. I'm a gang.
I like it. So, Sihle, tell me about your self-care and looking fresh. Why is this so important to you and your squad?
Like, as you can see, guys, on the pictures, like especially when we were in Cape Town that time, when we shot that picture. So, yes, it's very important for me, especially because I always go out, not only on the weekend, but from Monday to Sunday. So a man's got to look good. And yeah, I guess that's why you have to look good every day.
It's important. I've said this before. I said that when you are a member of Amagenge, it's very important to look good and look fresh 24/7, even when you think nobody is watching. Sihle, where are you from originally?
I'm from KZN in Vryheid.
Vryheid, stand up. Congratulations. You and your squad are set for a while, all right?
Whoop, whoop.
Yip, yip. And whoop.
Good energy in the morning. I like it.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Well, I love it. Go on to bigworld.com. Check out all of these grooming essentials that you can find on there and how you can take your squad and elevate the entire gang of squad members from the first one to the last one all the way to the next level. 2 flexible blades for a smoother shave. Open blade architecture for an easy rinse. Choose Big Flex 2 for a closer, smoother shave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3, and this past year it really has invited all of us to go within, to challenge what we know about ourselves, and to perhaps discover a new perspective about the things we think we knew. Now, the popular electronic music band Goodluck, they have also been on this journey, as they have been stripped down from some of their most popular bangers and compiled them into an acoustic unplugged album called Up Close.
And you can get up close with them right now, because joining us on our couch on Expresso is Jules Harding, Ben Peters, Tim Walsh, all of them. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
It's lovely to see you.
Ben is bunking. I don't know what happened to Ben. He'll come when he's ready, you know, even Ben.
I took that much time. Is he getting his makeup done at the moment?
We can hear him.
Okay.
We can hear him, but it's okay. This is called live breakfast.
Yeah,
TV.
I love it. I love it.
Jules, it's great to have you here.
Oh, it's so nice to see you
And
guys.
it's always so great seeing you. Today you are bringing a bunch of friends along, because
Yes.
there's a big weekend ahead. Ben, hey.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Time, I'm sorry about that. Where have you guys been?
We've been right here. What are some of the things that we can expect from Goodluck heading into this weekend?
It's a very exciting weekend for us, guys. It's all culminating in this big launch. As you said, we're joined by some of Cape Town's finest musicians. And for me, what's so special about this album is that we've just had this opportunity to take our music, our top hits, strip them down, you know, obviously, because we're known normally for that electronic kind of party music. We stripped all these songs down, and we've gotten the best musicians on this album to play them out.
It's a COVID-friendly reinvention.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It's acoustic, it's stripped down.
Instead of having 3 people in the band, we have 11.
Oh.
Yes. All social distance over a small rugby field.
Exactly.
That makes sense. But if I look at this album as well, there's so much that goes into it. And I know I spoke to Jules about this, and Jules says you, Ben, are that type of guy, the architect. I'm not going to say she called you a perfectionist, but I might. But you really, really care so much about the sound and the way you selected each song to take them down. And I know, once you got a banger, it's a banger. But now the real actual work comes in you breaking it down. So how is this process going? How do you select the songs? And more importantly, 11 members taking on one banger. I mean, come on.
It's an interesting thing to sort of like, you know, improve on perfection, isn't it?
Yes. Very true. That's actually what I'm getting at. I was going to go there, but you did. Thank you.
No, I'm kidding. No, like, look, we try to make our songs as perfect as we can. We like work really, really hard to sort of in studio craft them to the point where we're sort of comfortable. And you're not wrong in saying that I'm a perfectionist. Like,
Thank you.
I definitely do kind of push that envelope. But in this instance, to try and reimagine that in a totally different way, it takes like, you just have to sort of throw everything out the window and go like, what can this song be? And that's a big part of bringing all those different minds into the studio, allows you to then have these options of different colors and different ideas. And that's kind of what I did. I just threw the ball into the room and I said, guys, what do you think? Like, where could this song go? And because we have such a high caliber of musicians who are performing with us, you know, if I didn't like something, I could just say, like, yeah, I'm not really feeling that, change direction.
Make it a bossa nova. Suddenly it's a bossa nova. The whole room's playing like 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Oh, it's crazy.
You just mimicked his words. I'm assuming he said it a few times in that way.
Probably.
Now, Tim, it's also great to have you here with Goodluck. And I mean, this is quite a different sound for you, being a saxophonist. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you
I always
did.
feel
That
like
was
I
so
get
smooth.
that is a tongue twister for me, but this is a different move for you, doing the big electronic productions and sound that you do, to now moving to a more streamed down version of it. How's that transition been for you?
It's been cool. Like Jules and Ben said, working with the band is just a completely different dynamic to sort of being behind a computer, the 3 of us. And as a sax player, working with the horn section was really cool. So we had Lee Thompson on trumpet and Ross MacDonald on trombone. And yeah, those 2 brought so much, and just a horn section is like an instrument in itself. You know, the 3-piece thing sounds completely different than just a saxophone on its own. So it was like managing this new instrument with really awesome musicians, and yeah, it was super.
But they're the naughtiest horn section in the world. I love them. They're so cheeky. They are so cheeky, honestly. You love them.
How are they cheeky?
Oh, they just have so much sass. You have to come and see on Saturday or Sunday. That's what you have to do. You have to come check them out.
The chirps in rehearsal.
But there's a lot of
are
chirps.
real, yeah.
There's a lot of fun. There's just a lot of banter. It's great. It's good fun. We have worked not only with the best musicians in Cape Town, but the best people. They are like such good people. It's been a privilege.
That's why you're here, because we love good people. We love people like you. And I know that given the times we are in, everybody wants a party song, of course, but now it's kind of toned down. I chatted to so many artists who are saying it's difficult to promote the whole let's go out and party when there's no one to party with.
Exactly.
So now you've got this up-close album, and it's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. And I know there's some music videos out there that you're just dying to tell me about. I would just like to know, personally, how do you resist the temptation of pyrotechnics?
Well, we don't. So this weekend there are going to be some pyrotechnics.
Yes!
But no, it is. Look, it was this balancing act. You know, when we were in the thick of lockdown, and the whole industry had shut down. I mean, it's still, for all intents and purposes, shut down. It didn't feel right to do these sort of like club bangers, and so. I also didn't feel right to like leave musicians who've been gigging for so long like out in the cold, and that was like kind of like another aspect of this was like, let's all get together, you know, and hang out. Maybe something magical will happen. Luckily it did.
And I'm looking forward to seeing this, and of course hearing how, hearing you guys perform a little bit later on our Feel Good Breakfast show. And I know you guys are also giving away some tickets. Now, you can win yourself a set of double tickets to their show. All you have to do is head on over to Twitter and tweet at Expresso Show and at Goodluck Live, telling us what your favorite track of their new album Up Close is, or your favorite song. Let us know. Now, if your tweet is selected, you will win yourself a set of double tickets to either Saturday or Sunday's show, giving you access to the event. Now, the competition closes at 11 a.m. today, and those full T's and C's can be found on our website. That's expressoshow.com. It's all taking place at Zevenwacht Wine Estate.
Weekend, and maybe you're going for a picnic this weekend, then we have our famous Be Well homemade sausage rolls just for you to help you fix on all those snacks for the weekend. But of course, Grace Stevens is here to show us exactly how to make it.
I am. Good morning.
Good morning, Grace.
I'm so excited. Goodluck is here.
I know. You were just saying that.
I know, I'm like buzzing.
Do you want to call your husband out, seeing that?
No, it's my husband's ultimate favorite band.
Oh, well, maybe we can make them some sausage rolls, and then they can give us some tickets to go watch them live this weekend.
Deal.
Want a trade?
Let's try. It's worth a bash.
So you're going to be making the inside of it, and we're going to be using pork for this one.
We are going to be using pork. You could, of course, use soy mince. You could use beef mince, whatever, like chicken mince,
whatever filling
that
you want.
I've just taken some pork sausages, and I've just peeled them out of the sausage skin. Is that what you call it? Yes.
The casing of it.
The casing, yeah. I've just squeezed them out. It's nice and super easy to start off with. I've fried up some onions. I don't like raw onions in it. You know, you need to pre-fry them up.
Definitely.
Then I have some garlic that goes in there because garlic and onions are best friends. Thyme and sage, perfect with pork. So if you're using another sort of mince, then you, of course, can do this, you know, just experiment with some different herbs.
And I like that you're doing it at a nice slow heat so that the flavors can just marinate and just have some nice texture to it.
You don't want to get any browning on it. You just want it to be nicely cooked through and nice. The onions must be nice and glassy. My breadcrumbs go in there. And then I'm going to toss all of this into my sausage that I've got out here in my bowl. Make sure it cools a little bit. This is a really nice meal to make ahead of time. You could even make them and then don't bake them off. You pop them in the freezer. So they're very nice.
So the funny thing is, when I saw this recipe, I was like, oh, I just usually buy them. But now you're actually teaching me how to make it. It might be a bit more convenient to buy them, but this is just perfect because, again, you can play around with what fillings you want inside of it. So if you want to do spinach and feta, I think that would also be a great way to just incorporate, you know, the veggies and everything that you have.
You know, as moms, don't we want to be in control of what our kids put in their mouths?
100%.
So making it yourself is going to help just with the control of that.
And I see we're going in with
I'm going in with my Be Well mayonnaise, which is really nice. So if you were going to make these vegetarian, Be Well is vegan friendly.
And it's also dairy free, so again it's naturally gluten free as well, and it is endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of South Africa, so you know you're ticking all that healthy boxes. And like I said, as a mom, we have to be very conscious about what we are feeding the kids, so when it is endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation, you know that you're doing something right.
Feel you can relax a little bit, can't you?
100%.
Absolutely. Okie dokes. Now This is the easy part. And even if you want to do this with your kids, get your hands in there.
Get them.
Smush, smush, smush. I always think kids want to eat what they make.
Definitely.
Okay, so now I've got some puff pastry here. It's not warm, it's just been defrosted, and then I've kept it chilled because pastry doesn't like to be hot. And then I'm going to divide it into 4. I've done a terrible job of dividing it, but you're going to ignore that, hey?
Absolutely.
So will you spread some mustard?
Am I using
there?
this?
You can just use the knife to spread that first.
Thank you.
No, and just do it, I suppose, just do it about here, in this section over here, because we're going to put a filling over the mustard, and then we're going to roll it up.
My grandfather used to love Dijon mustard.
Oh, that's such a nice memory. Doesn't food just really help to solidify memories with family and friends?
Really. Even just the sausage roll, it always reminds me of gatherings when you're going to family and you know that this is the
you walk in and you smell.
You snack it and you're eating it before, for a birthday party, whatever it does. There we go. And so, of course, you can get your hands on the recipe at expressoshow.com, and then we're going to put the filling in right now. Oh, that.
So don't overfill it.
And you can see how nice the mayonnaise gave it some moisture as well. So I'm assuming when you do bake it,
it's going to have that tanginess to it. Don't you just love it? Right, so let's fold it over, or let's roll it this way.
This is where I always get confused.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
And then you do want to pinch these sides together. You could always just crimp it with a fork as well if you wanted. This goes on a baking tray, and you can brush it with some egg wash. So that's just some egg and milk. And that's just going to give the pastry just a lovely glow. It's going to be amazing. So that goes in a preheated oven at 220 degrees. Leave it in there for about 8 minutes, because that's just going to get all the moisture in your pastry just to heat up and puff. That's how you're going to get the puff. And then turn down to 180 and put it in there for about another 10 to 12 minutes until it's perfectly nice and golden.
Looks absolutely beautiful. I think you know what? There's someone that is staring like, can you please invite me in just for a little taste?
No!
Come on in. I know you want to try this.
Listen.
Please do.
Thank you.
So you can grab yourself one over there. Grace made it just for you.
I did, because I'm hoping for tickets.
Yeah, that is exactly
Really? I can understand. I mean, like, you know,
I was going to say afterwards.
I know, I'm not shy at all.
I think we can come to an arrangement. Let me try this. Okay, so you put, is it mayonnaise?
Yes.
Mayonnaise, just beef
Wow.
mayonnaise.
Amazing. Okay, let's go.
Dairy and gluten-free. Mm-hmm.
And?
Nice crumbly pastry.
Got it, one.
It's so moist.
Are you loving it?
Either be well.
Sage?
Yes. The man's a foodie.
Wow. I think that's going to be one of the best sausage rolls.
Ben, here's the
I've
big
had.
question. Does she score herself tickets for that sausage roll?
Absolutely, you're in, girl.
It's a winner,
Listen.
everybody.
Thank you.
It's better
so
than a
much.
late-night petrol station.
It's a winner,
Thanks,
everybody. Expressoshow.com. Grace Stevens made us the best homemade sausage roll, and now you can get your hands on that too.
Oh, you can make my day.
You can do anything. All you need is determination. And a fresh pair of these, Nallis. But what's the point of looking like Injeke if your dreams go up in flames? In this world of doing it for a gram, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Right now, we are taking your sports seriously. We are still chatting to sports journalist Yolulwe Oshe, who will be taking us through all of the mouth-watering fixtures taking place this weekend, including Golden Arrows up against Amazulu FC in the PSL and Manchester United up against Liverpool in the English Premier League. Yolo, dude. It's going down to the wire. Every game now is important at the top and the bottom of the table. Just a few rounds left to play. Let's start with the PSL. A couple of mouth-watering fixtures and vitally important fixtures, because here this really is going to go down to a race for the title. A few weeks ago, I think we thought that Sundowns were going to walk the rest of the season. You were pretty confident when we last spoke that they were going to walk the rest of the season. But let's start with Amazulu, who are now just 1 point behind them. Granted, they've got one major hurdle to face in the form of Golden Arrows this weekend. But when you look at their run-in, Baraki, you'd expect them to beat them. Up against Orlando Pirates, yeah, you might give them the edge. Up against Morocco Swallows, you'd give them the edge. Up against Maritzburg United, maybe Maritzburg fighting for their life might prove a bit of a hurdle there. But you've got to say that Amazulu have a good run-in till the end of the season. They could win this title, man.
Yeah, I think, like you've already alluded, on Monday my tone was totally different to what it's going to be now. I think, the nature of how convincing the victory was against Cape Town City, a very good team in their own right, playing a free-flowing type of football, as well slightly changed my opinion, And when you look at the fixtures, yeah, very, very winnable fixtures. Even the Orlando Pirates one for me, because of the momentum they have, and in football, momentum is everything. It's not always about the squad, because Orlando Pirates, if you're looking at squad for squad, they've got the better squad, but the momentum that Amazulu have at the moment, you'd have to give them the favourites tag for that one. Very, very big game for them, though, tomorrow against Golden Arrows, so they'll have to get through that one first before we can talk about the Orlando Pirates game. The Golden Arrows themselves play a similar type of football. They've impressed earlier this season, and they'll also want to come out and claim bragging rights in the derby from Durban, So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to watch.
A lot riding on it for both teams, as you say. And then Orlando Pirates up against Sundowns. When we look at Sundowns run until the end of the season, Orlando Pirates could be one of those big thorns in their side. You talk about the star quality in both teams. And, of course, Chiefs getting one over on Sundowns, giving them their first taste of defeat this entire season, has shown that there is a chink in the armour. And if ever there was a time for Pirates to get the win, this might be it.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, Sundowns have been faltering for quite some time in different competitions already. So that loss against Kaizer Chiefs, many could say it was a long time coming. Orlando Pirates, if you look at the strength of their squad, they're one of the very few teams in the PSL that will fancy their chances against Sundowns. And what makes this more exciting is that both of these teams play an open brand of football. So the more open the game is, the more Orlando Pirates will fancy themselves as well, because their front three always consists of very, very pacey and tricky players as well. And in the recent weeks, Sundowns have not proven to be the strongest team defensively, and without the likes of Peter Shaululile to lead the attack, they're not being able to compensate with the defensive frailties with goals. So Orlando Pirates, if ever there's a chance for them to put one on Sundowns, is this. And a lot of Amazulu fans will be watching this with very, very keen eyes, I'll tell you that much.
And I think one to look out for, Chakuma this weekend, up against Black Leopards, fighting for survival. That one could be interesting as well. Let's hop across the pond now to the English Premier League. And ultimately, with Man City doing so well at the top of the table and playing a beautiful brand of football, what we saw them do in a modern classic in the UEFA Champions League this week, I mean, it made me heartbroken to think that there were no fair. Newcastle up against Arsenal. Newcastle have proven to be a bit of a speed bump for teams recently, most notably for Liverpool. And of course, Liverpool, the defending champions, in action against probably their oldest and most fierce rivals in the league, Manchester United. Now, you talk about momentum. Liverpool do not have momentum. They haven't been able to build momentum at all this entire season, whereas Man United, looking at their performance in Europa last night, they have got the momentum. They know how to come from behind. They are really a class outfit at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, look, a lot is going for Manchester United at the moment, especially when you're looking at this fixture. In years gone by, it will tell you that Liverpool haven't really enjoyed their trips to Old Trafford. And then on top of that, like you just mentioned, momentum is very hard to come by for them at the moment, you know. Very, very opposite when you look at Manchester United. Okay, granted, they would have stumbled a bit against Leeds with a 0-0 draw that side, but race for top four, potentially.
And talking about that race for top four, of course, Tottenham Hotspur up against Sheffield United, who have been the whipping boys, yes, but hopefully Spurs will keep it on track. Buddy, you are amazing. You can find him at Prince_yours online. Go and check him out for more of his commentary. Buddy, we love you, dude. Thank you so much. Keep watching sport because it's the best job in the world, and we'll connect with you again next week.
Right, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Well, you can let us know where your allegiances are. If you're a super fan, maybe we'll invite you into studio to have your say.
Now, we're all a fan of money, and it's time to get real when we talk money. So this morning, we have another round of would you rather scenarios, and it might be a little bit tricky for some. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to pose a scenario for you, option A or option B, and you need to justify which one you would go for. So are you ready?
Yes.
Today's scenario is, would you rather A, earn 80,000 Rand a month, but you hate your job, or B, earn 40,000 Rand a month, but you love your job?
All right.
You're going to start?
Where are you starting?
At the left?
You can go.
Absolutely, and I hope that my boss is watching this right now. No, I'm kidding. Okay. It's nothing to do with me or my boss, but I really would rather have earn 80,000 Rand a month and hate my job, because then I can use that 80,000 Rand to find happiness elsewhere outside of my job.
I'm with you on that.
To buy holidays, to buy clothes, to buy things that make me smile and forget about it.
Really? Money can't buy you happiness, but then in this regard, I feel like you just don't know where to shop.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell them
so. On
that's great. So Jamie Lee, I believe that it's good to be in the company of capitalists. It's really great. It's amazing, actually.
Keep the world
yes.
going around.
So I would go 40,000 bucks and love my job.
I'm high-fiving you right now.
Because there are energies in that love that could get me income elsewhere. I think it'll help my side hustle. But if I think if you hate your job, then your energies are going to go into like some strange places, and you might have a couple of moments where you're like, I have to do this. And I don't think anybody should live to hopefully finish their work day one day. It's not good.
If you don't wake up and love your job, and then it's not going to be rewarding at the end of the day. I don't care if you get 80,000 Rand or 40,000 Rand. If you don't wake up and it's so satisfying for your soul, then what is the point? I don't know.
But what Zoe and I are saying is that we can find other ways to satisfy our souls, right?
All right.
So you're only at work 8 hours a day. There's 24 hours in a day. If your soul's not happy for 8 hours, I'm sure it can make that sacrifice. And
I think you know what, Tabisa, we're on the same wavelength, because I would much rather hate what I'm doing, but then every month I'll just think of that paycheck.
Yeah.
Just think of that paycheck. Just think of
and
that.
that makes you then smile. Yeah. What are the viewers saying? Let's check that out.
Yeah, let's
we've asked you the same question, and you have weighed in on social media. These are your comments. Elizabeth says, good morning, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. I'd go with B. At least that way, my sanity will still be there.
I love you, Elizabeth. I am here for you. We have Jacques who's saying, A, I'll save up faster and retire in half the time.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
All right, then we get Ravona saying B. When you do something out of love, you do it to the best of your ability.
There we go.
Even if you don't do something you love, you'll still do it to the best of your ability and get the money.
This guy.
And then we also have Sabelo that says, I would choose A. I mean, economically operating.
Economically speaking, it's the more viable option.
Yeah, and then, of course, we've got, is this Joanne saying B, just B. Doesn't need to explain it, just B.
That's
it. B. Listen here, Whether you choose option A or B, all right?
You can buy
this
Senex.
question
Love your job.
have you start thinking about the value of your money in your life and what that means for you and the value of your happiness and where that comes from. Honest conversations about money, they're important, guys, and that's why we're having this chat. It's the first step towards financial freedom when you need that financial freedom. And of course, on that note, spend wisely this weekend. And note to my boss and to everybody watching, I actually love my job.
I love my job
and
too.
actually, even if I was doing it for free, I would still be here.
He's getting paid 80,000 rand, that's why.
He's not getting paid this month.
I'll still be here, I'll still come.
Indulge your desires. Be swept away by the fragrance of dissent. Take the plunge into impulsive spending until you find yourself deeper and deeper, drowning in debt. In this world of temptation, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's a Friday. We are live and Goodluck are here. They brought their friends and it's amazing. They sound amazing. They were so soft and personal. It's just cool. We're dressing it down and we're getting up close with the band. We love that. But obviously we have an opportunity to give a little bit back ourselves. We want to revitalize, refresh you guys. Not all of you, because I only have 3 jars of sweets. I'm sorry.
I'll share. I'm sharing.
Oh, no, there's lots to share and we're going to give you a juicy kaboom.
Awesome.
Where's the juicy kaboom?
It's a juicy kaboom!
There we go. The juicy kaboom sound effect just went out. We will get to all of you guys.
Thank you. I'm getting the sugary ones.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Do you want wine gummy ones? Tim,
I'm sharing these.
wine gummy ones? Can you eat sweets before you sing?
Not really, but
I'm
these
not
remind
singing.
me.
Yes.
You can do it.
These-
man.
It's the best show.
These remind me of when I was little and I used to go to the dog parlor with my mum and there was a lady who had a tin of these tubes and they were like a highlight of
for
my
the
life.
dogs?
At the
No,
dog
for the
parlor?
kids. The kids who would come there and
As you do, man. All the kids flock to the dog parlor and you watch the dogs play.
random
Eat the dog
memories.
treats.
You know?
These are awesome.
Oh, I'm
Thank
glad we
you.
were able to stir a special memory. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys being here. I know times is hard, man. Times is hard for artists. So for us, this feels like a private performance. Absolutely beautiful. They will be performing just for you and us in just a moment. But right now, time to get back into those news headlines.
Thank you very much, G-Man. It's just after 7 o'clock. Time for us to take a look at those news headlines. We start off here in South Africa. Pregnant and breastfeeding women with comorbidities or at high risk of exposure to COVID-19 have been given the green light to receive the Johnson & Johnson jab. The South African Health Products Regulatory Authority said yesterday it should be done in consultation with their healthcare provider. And meanwhile, South Africa has recorded 1,250 new coronavirus infections in the last 24-hour cycle and 46 COVID-19 related deaths. The majority of those, 14, were in Gauteng, followed by 13 in the Eastern Cape and 11 in the Free State. The regent of the Zulu nation and wife of the late King Goodwill Zwelithini, Queen Shiyiwe Mantombi Dlamini Zulu, has passed away. This was confirmed last night by the traditional Prime Minister to the Zulu nation, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Queen Mantombi Dlamini became regent just over a month ago after the death of King Goodwill Zwelithini. Buthelezi assured the country that there would be no leadership vacuum in the Zulu nation. King Zwelithini succumbed to COVID-19 complications last month, and the cause of the Queen's death wasn't mentioned. In international news, China has launched a key module for a new permanent space station, the latest in Beijing's increasingly ambitious space program. Now, the multi-module Tianong station will contain living quarters for 3 crew members and should be operational by 2022. It's set to be operational for at least 10 years, and the International Space Station, from which China is excluded, is due to be retired after 2024, which could potentially leave Tiangong as the only space station in Earth's orbit. Now, there are also now talks of missions to Mars in collaboration with Russia. Now, the raging state of the COVID-19 pandemic in India is a wake-up call for Africa. Its governments and citizens must not let their guard down. The Africa Union's Disease Control Agency warned yesterday. African nations generally do not have sufficient numbers of healthcare workers, hospital beds, oxygen supplies, and the continent, with 1.3 billion people, would be even more overwhelmed than India in cases if cases did surge in a similar way, said John Nkengasong, head of the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Nkengasong urged Africans to wear masks and avoid large gatherings. And now some great news from the world of entertainment. South African actress Thuso Mbedu has landed a major Hollywood role starring alongside Viola Davis. Thuso won Best Actress in a TV drama at the 12th South African Film and TV Awards back in 2018. Now, this Pietermaritzburg-born young girl, born 1991, said that she lost both her parents at a young age, but was reared by her grandmother, who supported her through school and helped her build all of her dreams. After matric, she enrolled at Wits University, where she graduated with honors in physical theater and performing arts management. Before launching her career, she attended an acting school in New York. In South Africa, she was nominated for 4 local awards for her standout role as Winnie Bengu in Isithunzi. And Thuso will star alongside Viola Davis in The Woman King, a movie that celebrates African history from the 18th and 19th century. Davis bagged an Oscar for her role in The Help. She did an incredible job there, and when news of the role broke, Davis only had good things to say of Thuso. Thuso says that this role is a dream come true for her, and we cannot wait to see Thuso Mbedu's name in the big lights, and we wish her all of the very best in the future. That's where we leave it for now.
Thanks so much, Tabiso. Let's kick off our sports bulletin with rugby news. Domestic rugby will resume tomorrow as the Pro 14 Rainbow Cup South Africa competition kicks off with 2 very exciting fixtures. The Stormers will host the Sharks in their opener at their new home ground, the Cape Town Stadium, at 2 p.m. Then the second fixture will see the Bulls up against the Lions at Loftus Versfeld in Pretoria at 7 p.m. Then South Africans continue to shine in the IPL. Quinton de Kock smashed 70 from 50 deliveries to guide the defending champions, the Mumbai Indians, to a comfortable 7-wicket victory over the Rajasthan Royals at the Feroz Shah Kotla Stadium in the Indian Premier League yesterday. Mumbai successfully chasing down a target of 171, winning with 9 balls to spare in the end. Now, the results from yesterday, the Delhi Capitals looked very strong, recording a 7-wicket win over the Kolkata Knight Riders in Ahmedabad. There will be one IPL fixture today as the Punjab Kings face the Royal Challengers Bangalore. That one's at 4 p.m. Then on to our midweek football action last night. Edison Cavani and Bruno Fernandes Fernandez both scoring twice as Manchester United thrashed Roma 6-2 in their semi-final first leg Europa League clash that played out at Old Trafford last night. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men came from behind to win the match and close in on the Europa League final. In the second fixture, Arsenal suffered a semi-final first leg loss to Villarreal at Villarreal. The match ending 2-1 to Villa, with both teams finishing with only 10 men on the field. And the Europa League return leg fixtures will take place next Thursday, kicking off at 9 p.m. again. Then bringing it back to the local leagues. In the Premier League this weekend, all eyes will be on Old Trafford when a very much in form Manchester United hosts the reigning champions Liverpool. The Red Devils and the Reds will go head-to-head on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Now, the Premier League fixtures: Southampton take on Leicester City tonight. Man City will aim to move one step closer to that title when they face Crystal Palace tomorrow. And then on Sunday, Tottenham Hotspur, they'll be aiming to keep their Champions League hopes alive when they take on bottom of the log Sheffield United in the final match of the weekend. That's where we leave our sport for this hour. Let's take another look at some of your beautiful sunrise pictures and get a take on the weather.
Thank you, Graham, and we loved seeing all of your fantastic sunrise photos that you shared with us through this week. And thank you to all of you who have taken the time to share how you begin your day. So starting off our 7 a.m. update, we have the stunning view of the ocean. This was sent in from one of our regulars, Gary Orkamp from East London. If you're in East London today, expect times of sun and rain throughout the day with a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. Ilani Klaasen Heineke from Bloemfontein sent through this photo of the sun rising on the horizon. Bloemfontein will reach a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius with times of rain. Please do continue to share your sunrise photos with us on the Expresso Facebook page, and don't forget to include your location so that we can give you a brief weather update too. And we can't forget about our international viewers tuned in via YouTube and the Africa channel. Dar es Salaam is our featured international city for this morning. Dar es Salaam is the largest city and former capital of Tanzania. Now, due to the close proximity to the equator and the Indian Ocean, the city experiences tropical climatic conditions, which leaves residents experiencing hot and humid weather throughout much of the year. Today's conditions will be mostly cloudy with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, mainly early in the day, and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius can be expected. Next, we have a weather news update for you from the USA. Hail as large as softballs rained down yesterday, early hours of the morning, that's South African time, as severe thunderstorms struck parts of Texas and Oklahoma. There were 38 reports of severe hail across the two states, especially near San Antonio, Fort Worth, and Oklahoma City. More than a dozen of the reports mentioned large lime-sized hail, which is hail at least 5 to 6 centimeters in diameter or larger. In San Antonio, hail the size of softballs, that's at least 10 centimeters in diameter, battered cars and homes. The National Weather Service office in Austin and San Antonio said this was a widespread hail event and could become yet another billion-dollar weather disaster for the U.S. Meteorologist Haley Brink said at one point it was so loud that one couldn't hear the person next to you without yelling. Now, in addition to the destructive hail, storms also struck from the central Gulf Coast to the mid-Atlantic coast. Well, on that note, let's quickly look at our temperatures here in South Africa. If you're in Polokwane, expect some thunder showers today with a high of 23. Mbombela 15, reaching a high of 28. Rain can be expected in Pretoria today, a low of 11, a high of 18. Johannesburg 9, reaching a cool 17 as a high. Mahikeng 7, 23. Klerksdorp 10, reaching a high of 23. Thunder showers can be expected in Kimberley today with a high of only 19. Rainy conditions for Bloemfontein 4, reaching a high of 18. Richards Bay 16, reaching a high of 21. Rainy conditions for Pietermaritzburg, a low of 10, a high of 16. Durban rainy today with a high of 20. Mthatha 6, reaching a high of 13. East London 12 with a high of 19. Partly cloudy conditions with some rain can be expected in Cradock today, a high of 16. Gqeberha 11, reaching a high of 19. Partly cloudy for George today, 8, reaching a high of 18. Cape Town 11 with a high of 18. If you're in Worcester today, partly cloudy conditions with a high of 21. Sutherland 1, reaching a high of 18, and partly cloudy conditions for Uppington today, a low of 9 and a high of 24 degrees Celsius. That's where I leave your weather for now. I'll have a final update for you at 8 o'clock.
So today we are in for a massive treat this morning, and we're actually being joined by the immensely popular Goodluck. And I can tell you that this is the way you've seen them, not only in a musical way, but it's something even more elevated with instrumentalism and some talented musicians backing up the vocals of Jules, which you will love. So I'm suggesting that you move the coffee table in a different way and get ready to sway from side to side as this unplugged acoustic album drops. It's called Up Close. Make sure you get it from any good streaming site and enjoy, because you're going to see a lot more of them on Expresso this morning. This is back in the day we used to run. Good luck up close.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show. It's a Friday, and maybe, just maybe, it's your birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. Have a happy birthday. Happy birthday. A very happy birthday to you.
Yes, it is indeed that time of the day where we wish you, our loyal and loved viewers, a very happy birthday. So we want to say a happy birthday to Raven, Melon, Aaliyah, Aisha, Dagan, Zoski, Uncle Andrew, and also a special one coming up. Now, these are messages sent through by your loved ones, so let's check it out.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Saying out, hey, yeah, yeah. Ooh, oh, come on, say yeah. Ooh, oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Hi Expresso, I'm Saf and I just want to wish my cousin Alia Aisha a happy 5th birthday. We will not be sharing her birthday together because she is in Indonesia, but I hope she enjoys her special day with her parents and her brother.
Morning Expresso, this is Declan Zovitsky from Eldorado Park, Johannesburg. He's celebrating his baby brother's birthday, which was on Friday the 23rd of April, and he just turned 1 year old. So his elder brother is celebrating his birthday. Yes, yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Farah. Happy birthday to you. Very happy birthday, Farah. Happy birthday, Farah. And many more. Best friends forever.
Happy birthday to Uncle Andrew. Happy birthday to Uncle Andrew.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
There's nothing sweeter, nothing cuter.
Amazing.
I love it.
it.
Well done, guys. Well done.
I also have a special one. So this is for my second mom. It's my best friend's mother. Auntie Colleen also celebrated her birthday, and this wish is just for you.
Happy birthday to Auntie. Happy birthday to Auntie. Happy birthday to Auntie Colleen. Happy birthday to you. Beep, oh yeah. And now beep, oh yeah. I just beep, oh yeah.
Oh,
that's the diva of the family, Bella Rose,
you can
everybody.
tell.
She's so cute, right?
How cute is that?
Very happy birthday to everyone. I think let's all say it together. Hip, hip. Oh, yeah. everyone's celebrating their birthday today.
So sweet.
Listen, we are running a weekly competition where you could win yourself $500 cash for celebrating your birthday. We're just giving you money for celebrating your birthday. All you need to do is to send in your birthday dance moves. Yes, we want to see those dance moves on WhatsApp to 071-640-6551 to enter. And what happens is the best dance moves wins. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Hip, hip. Hooray!
I love birthdays, and with birthdays, you need cake, and you can never have enough cake, and that's why I want to show you something completely different, along with somebody who I wish I'd taken to my matric dance, Grace Stevens, the chef extraordinaire. Clearly, you can see would have been perfect. Think about it at the matric dance. Look at that. Hey, it would have been perfect, right? Amazing. We would have cooked together as well, and
we would have just rocked it.
Exactly. Now
I'm an excellent dancer.
I try my best. I'm not the excellent one, but I try my best. I do. So here's the thing: we are going to make something that many people get wrong when they're actually trying to say it. I know that some people would say. Somebody actually told me once that they want to make me a saufel, and I said, "Excuse me." That's it. They said, "Can I make you a saufel?" I'm like, no. What? Souffle.
Souffle.
But with yogurt.
Yes, and I think that just makes it just so tender and light. It's absolutely delicious.
Okay, I'm ready. So take me through, because I know you got the Clover Authenticos, which happens to be the only Greek-style yogurt in South Africa, by
And
the
you
way.
know what? I didn't know that until I met Clover.
There we go.
I mean, can you believe it? Things that you need to know.
Yes, indeed. And I mean, it's available in apple, and it's in, coconut, apple and cinnamon and coconut. Those are the two flavors of there.
Coconut's my favorite.
All right.
Just saying.
Which one are we using today? It's a nice,
we are
simple.
using today just the plain one, because we want to flavour it with the lemon, and we've got some vanilla here, and we're going to make... I mean, that one just smells amazing.
It does. I can smell it already, but let's go through the process. You know, soufflés, they have a little... they're notorious for flopping. So I know you got a foolproof way, right?
Well, you can't start off thinking like that.
I'm not going to.
Because the eggs can hear you.
Okay, yes.
So it's a positive thought. So I've got my egg yolks here. I've separated my eggs. We're going to use the egg whites later on to get that light souffle kind of feeling. Some salt, corn flour, mixture of corn flour and flour, and then some vanilla.
Okay, so those are all the staples, just to make something very, very yummy. And I do believe that with regard to soufflés, there's a bit of chemistry that goes in with the acidity that you can add in, because egg whites, their pH levels are not really stable. But once you add some acid, suddenly the stability levels are a lot higher, or should I say more balanced, and that way you can actually whip them and they'll be more stable in terms of the whip, right?
Yes, absolutely. So you just got to be a bit of a chemist when you're a baker. So a little bit of acid. So cream of tartar, a lime or a lemon, anything that you've got that's acid. Not really anything.
Okay, no, not acid, Don't go to your pool.
I was going to say, that was my first go-to.
Don't do it.
Okay, so I'm going to mix that.
All right.
And then I'm going to this is what's going to give us that light and airy souffle. Okay, I'm going to add my yogurt. Will you add yogurt to that?
I would. Thank you for giving me something to do. I thought you would never ask. I'm so excited.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Right,
okay,
so
cool.
I've whipped these up.
How much do you need here, chef?
I need half of that in there.
Half of this in there. Okay, I'm just going to pour it straight in.
I can see your exact. So I'm whipping this up here until you got a stiff peak. And then little by little, I'm going to add my sugar, and I forgot to add my lemon.
Oh, no problem. That's obviously a stabilizer. Acidity is quite important in that regard. So just pop this in here. Just going to work through some of the lumps as well. It takes a bit of time. But while you're doing
look how amazing that looks.
Thank you so much. This is beautiful. I love it.
And the key is to add your sugar slowly to your egg whites, so that all those beautiful bubbles of air that we are forming can be nice and super stable.
And I love it. There's a technique to whisking. I mean, you can't just go in there with a bit of elbow grease and expect there to be, because there's a lot of delicacy, even though you're going quite fast. You do, that's it. That's what I want. I mean, this is the hack we needed to hear.
Yeah. It's about lifting, because as you lift, you are trapping air in there. So that is the key.
Trapping the air.
Trapping the air.
How am I looking here, chef, with my little mixture over here?
I was just going to say, we are the perfect pair
This is why I
because you
said-
just make me a better baker.
Well, that's the thing. I told you matric dance, this could have been a thing, but now we're just going to have to do it with souffle. Or salfel.
So, yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. Say souffle.
Yeah,
That's
souffle
like that.
just sounds a little bit
It
more
is very good because, you know, it's
sophisticated.
sometimes you want to go in the kitchen and suddenly the accent changes and you like, would you like to make you get souffle?
Oui,
It is
oui.
very good, oui, oui. And then, so now you are pouring the micha into the aguas.
Oui, oui.
Très bien. Okay, now there we go. Now, I like the fact that you even had a little hop with your toes there. Is that part of the
It's
recipe,
part
chef?
of the, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So you have to kind of lighten it up.
This is the souffle dance.
Souffle dance.
I told you, you've got to be positive when you're making a souffle. The eggs can hear you.
Okay, great. They can. So, and now, before we get into the pouring into a certain container, I know that souffles usually have a certain water bath in the oven because that's part of the lightness and the moisture in that oven. Are you going to do the same today?
You are so smart.
I try my best, you know. I do follow you, and
Absolutely.
you
So-
teach me things.
Yes, they do need a water bath, or as we
Okay.
say,
Yes.
Bain-Marie.
Bain-Marie, it is, once again, you're giving me these fresh vibes, Grace Stevens.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what you're gonna pop it in here.
So this is the size I'm going to make today.
Okay.
And what you would do is just have a roasting tin or even a sheet cake tin is what I normally use at home. And you fill your cake tin with your beautiful, look how soft and light
I think it was actually both our whisking that actually
absolutely.
happened.
It needs to go straight in the oven.
All right.
So no dilly-dallying, okay?
And then temperature for the oven, chef?
150 degrees preheated. You pop this in your roasting tin. Here's a pro tip for you.
All right.
Carry it to the oven. Then you pour your boiling water until about 2/3 of the height of your souffle tin.
Okay.
And then you cook it for about 10 minutes. Oh, no, 30 minutes.
Yes,
What
30
am
minutes.
I thinking? 30 minutes at 150 degrees. Then you turn it down to 140 for another 30 minutes. So it stays in the oven for an hour.
Okay. Well, as you can see, there's some complications in the recipe when I say, but it's not going to be complicated because we got the recipe for you. Grace and I work together on delivering to you on expressoshow.com. Try it. It's called yogurt soufflé. Say it with a French accent. It sounds even more bougie. Try it this weekend.
Ah, man, that's so beautiful, so special, looks so yum and so tasty. We all have reasons, right, to celebrate Mother's Day, another special occasion. It's a big one. It's a big one to celebrate Mother's Day. We all love it. Telling your mom how much she means to you through a special message, which obviously will mean so much to her. And we want to encourage everyone to do just that this year. You know, you can write a letter, hold up a sign, for example, send her a voice note, sing her a song, maybe if you want to do that. Send her a video of yourself dancing. Share our messages to those ladies, our moms and our mother figures in our lives. It's important.
I'm glad you said mother figures as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, especially being a mom myself, now I look at my mom in a different light because she obviously single-handedly raised me to who I am today. But also, I think the joy of me just seeing her become a grandmother has been such a bliss. So myself and Luca, he's only 2 years old, but we did this together. Luca actually fell asleep while we were doing this. And so this is just a way I'm sure it will be very special for her. We love you, Oma, and we love you, Mom, and thank you so much for everything. And that's how I'm sharing my message with her today.
Auntie Patricia.
Auntie Patricia.
Because anything from your grandchild is amazing.
Right?
It's amazing. We absolutely love it. I couldn't echo your words anymore because I love the fact that my mom now gets to be a grandmother and she just so is into that. You can see that was the first day that she got to meet Georgia because obviously she couldn't come to the hospital being in full lockdown. So obviously a very special day. But the funny thing here is that throughout my entire life, my mother used to try to get me to write letters to family overseas. And I think I wrote 1 letter in my entire childhood. 1, okay? So I thought I would attempt to write an actual letter to my mommy.
You're going to make us cry.
And she's also been a single mom, but this is what I wanted to say. Dear Mom, I want to express in this letter just a small fraction of how grateful I am for who you are, what you have and continue to do for me and our little family, and what you mean to me. I'm so thankful for having had you as my example in life. You are the epitome of kindness and compassion, and I am so glad that my children will be able to feed off that family legacy as well. Thank you for always being there, even when I probably didn't deserve it, and for your love and support when I needed it the most. Thank you for never ceasing to encourage me to be the best person I can be, and for teaching me to respect and truly treasure others. As a mother, and now as a loving and completely committed grandmother, thank you for caring for me and my new family. The relationship that I have with you is so special. It's challenging, it's rewarding, and it's always comforting, something that I will forever cherish. I am lucky to have you as my mom. You're one of the biggest blessings in our life, and I hope that you know how special you are to us this Mother's Day and always. Your loving son.
Thank you. That is so special. That is so sweet.
Love you, love you, love you.
Really from the core. And it's so beautiful that we're able to reflect in this way, reflect on the experiences that our parents, our moms in particular, have given us. And I think for me, you know, I've a mother figure, and I obviously lost my mom back in 2010, and that is my mom over there. But I think that the beautiful thing really that I can reflect on and say about my mom is just how much she's been able to teach not just me, but I think everyone around her, the importance of, like you said about your mom, kindness, and being able to have respect for people of all walks of life and to treat everybody equally. That's always been such important principles to her. And to really just try and make everybody comfortable and happy all the time. And I think that my family sets out to do that. Even during really difficult times, we can all reflect on the fact that my mom, my late mom, and my grandmother certainly do that. They try and make everything comfortable for everyone and happy for everyone. And that's me and my granny over there. And it's such an important life lesson, and I think that my entire life really has been molded around all of these very core principles of theirs. And I haven't got a lot of words to say, but to say that for my grandmother, Ma, we call her Ma, and my mom, Ma, you are my greatest blessing. And I absolutely love you. And I'm going to finish off my board here. I love you. There we go. And this is for my ma.
This is so beautiful, loving all the tributes, definitely hitting all the feels this morning. Now, of course, for you at home, we have some great news because we are giving away a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card. Now, all you need to do is share your personal Mother's Day message on our Facebook or our Twitter or Instagram competition post with the hashtag Woolies Mother's Day. Now, the competition closes today at 9 o'clock. And remember that those T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. And who knows, maybe it'll hit the feels like it is hitting us here on your field.
We love you.
Dear Mum.
I love you. I love you.
Thank you for always being the Mbokoto that you are.
it's a juicy kaboom!
Oh.
It's a juicy kaboom! I love it. Call us crazy, but we love giving away prizes on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And now you know that Maynard's, home of the hashtag Juicy Kaboom, is celebrating their range of mouth-watering fruity gums and jellies with you by hosting our competition, where you stand the chance to win cool cash prizes.
That's right, and this week we asked you to comment on our Facebook post with the question, what is your favorite Maynard sweet and why?
So Rose Shohole had this to say: wine gums, they're refreshing with that juicy kaboom. And we have her on the line right now. A very good morning, Rose. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, we are doing so well. So good to connect with you. Are you ready to win some cash, honey?
Oh, yes. The juicy kaboom.
Woohoo! Okay, this is very exciting. So how it's going to work is you will select a presenter to play the Maynard's hashtag Juicy Kaboom game in studio. So you can choose between myself or Graham. Then you will tell either of us which bucket they should aim for in order to win a prize. Now, as you can see, you can win 1,000 Rand, 1,000 Rand. This one's got 1,500, and that one's also got 1,500. Then the presenter will take their turn throwing the ball into the bucket in order to secure a cash prize for you to win. Now, the presenter keeps on throwing the ball until they land in the bucket. Once the ball lands in the bucket, you win that prize, but it's all determined if that ball gets into the bucket.
Oh, okay, so no pressure. Your first big decision you've got to make is which one of us would you like to throw? Zoe is very athletic. She's got a great eye. I think I could do quite good at this game.
He's a sporty guy.
Rose, who would you like to throw?
No, sorry, I'd like you to stay home to do this game for me.
Who would you
I'm putting my trust on him.
Okay, Graham, you are the
girl.
one.
I got you, girl. I'll do it.
Okay,
All
now
right,
the next
so Rose?
question, Rose, which bucket should he aim for?
The red bucket.
The red bucket.
1.5.
The red bucket with 1.5 is quite far away from
Okay,
Graham.
but I'll
I'm
give
just
it a go.
saying.
I'll give it a go.
Go, Graham.
All right.
No pressure.
It's a juicy kaboom!
Come on!
Go, Graham.
Oh my goodness!
I love you,
Rose, you know what that means?
I didn't think I was going to do that. You put so much pressure, man, but that was awesome. Congratulations, hon. 1,500 Rand. What are you going to spend the money on?
I'm going to buy so many wine gums. It's going to be a very juicy kaboom from now on.
Oh, I love you even more. Congratulations, Rose. You are our winner.
Thank you.
Rose, I am so happy for you. Enjoy the wine gums. Enjoy the 1,500 Rand. Refresh, revitalize, and re-energize with a juicy kaboom. Now, from wine gums
Love you.
Oh, we love you too, Rose. There we
man.
go. Oh, I mean, just looking at all the selection we have in front of us, from delicious wine gums to jelly beans, jelly babies, and more, everyone has their favorite Maynards.
Remember, another lucky viewer stands a chance to play the Maynard's Juicy Kaboom game next Friday. To enter, all you have to do is reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page and share your first memory of enjoying Maynard sweets. And don't forget to use that all-important hashtag Juicy Kaboom. And the T's and C's can be found on expresso.com, and the competition runs up until Friday, the 7th of May, 2021. You can get it in. Come on. Come on.
I'm trying to get the camera. There we go.
This is why she chose me.
Maynard's, it's a juicy kaboom!
It's a juicy kaboom. I know the balls are flying all over the place, but I can tell you the sparks will be flying when you see this incredible video. Goodluck are in studio performing for you on your Feel Good Breakfast show here on S3, and this is their music video. It is gorgeous and a first time for TV, exclusive. You can hear the echo in everywhere, actually. This is called Waiting for Summer. Take a look at this.
Waiting for summer, waiting for you, waiting for me. And I was on my own while you were there, waiting for summer. Oh, by the sea, must have been drinking, so I got it wrong. See, I was there, waiting for summer, waiting for you, waiting for me. I was on my own while you were there, waiting for summer all by the sea. So where's your heart, where's your head at? Where's your heart, where's your head at? Where's your heart, where's your head at? Where's your heart? Where's your heart, where's your head at? Where's your heart, where's your head at? Where's your heart, where's your head at? Where's your heart? Taking you there, right back to summer, back to you, back to me. When I was on my own, while you were there, waiting for summer, oh by the sea. And I was on my own, waiting for you, waiting for me. Said I was on my own, waiting for you, waiting for me. I was by the sea, waiting for you, waiting for me. And I was on my own, and I was by
I love it when a music video has a flex like that, a flex of Jules' amazing voice, as well as the beauty of Cape Town. And if you want to support Goodluck this weekend, you can at Zevenwacht Wine Estate. Get your tickets at Web Tickets as they launch Up Close the album. And if you do want to support vocals from the locals, go stream it this weekend or download it and support these guys. More of their performances coming up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, here in S3.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh yes, you heard it just in time. You're opening up with S3 here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. JP Sebastian is in studio to give us all of the latest movie trailers. JP Sebastian, that just it's like a Friday. Like a Friday. Your intro is amazing.
Yeah, like it's one of the only reasons why the people at Expresso like me. It's like, oh, it must be Friday.
It
JP's here.
must be. It must be. Because you're here to give us some amazing movies. The first one being my son's name,
Yes.
Luca.
Just so you know, these are trailers that came out in the last week that grabbed my attention, and you must be especially happy about this.
I'm very happy because if it grabbed your attention, it means that it is going to be doing pretty well.
Not hard to do because it's a Pixar animation. Pixar, the stuff like you remember Up, you remember Wall-E, you remember et cetera, Inside Out, Toy Story, all of it. So another one to knock it out the park. So I'm not usually too schmaltzy about things, but I felt the same sort of like giddy pit of the stomach happiness watching this trailer as I did with watching the whole of Moana. And so for the first time in my life...
Did you sing? Did you sing with?
Well, it's all Italian, so probably I tried. I don't know. I might need a bit more vino before I do that. But I clapped like really giddy at some of the really cutest scenes in this. The story is now made a bit more clear by the second trailer. We showed you the first one maybe a month ago. Where it's sort of a similar dynamic now to, I just mentioned, Inside Out. You've got one character who's outgoing and excited about life and grab the bull by the horns, all that kind of stuff, and the other one who's quite scared about, you know, being a fish out of water, quite literally, because these are fish people who become human once they set foot on land. And in the small town, which is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely amazing what Pixar achieves, there's a sense of them seeing the world in a way that you and I take for granted for the first time. So like the way tourists maybe see a city that, you know, like you don't appreciate Cape Town the same way maybe a fish might appreciate Cape Town. All that silliness aside though, it's Pixar, it's a kind of thing that took 5 years to make, whereas live action movies take like 8 months and then they make $1 billion for a mediocre tripe. Pixar again, just delivering. This is going to be delivered to South Africa June 16th.
June 18th?
June 18th, thank you very much. And yeah. Just deeply, deeply excited for how pretty that is. I actually said some expletives at some of those especially beautiful scenes.
You even look emotional just doing the trailer about it. It's okay. It's actually okay.
Well,
maybe we should move on to the next story.
to the more emotional trailer. Good job, yeah. If you want to see JP hail and just turn into a puddle.
Which is West Side Story.
Yes. I want to stop saying finger guns.
If you want to do finger guns,
they are so cheesy, and that is particularly why JP does them, because I feel like a cheesy car salesman. Hey, have you heard about West Side Story? Steven Spielberg, I don't need to
we've not. That's why you're here.
Thank you, Jamie Lee. Now over to my lovely assistant, Steven Spielberg. I'm being an idiot. West Side Story, old play. This is the reason that most people ended up going into musical theatre, studying that kind of thing. I'm not huge on musical theatre. The stuff can be contrived, cheesy, and just way too clownish and, you know, overperformed kind of thing. But this...
Very animated, over the top, yeah.
Yeah, it's a flavour thing, and it's not my flavour. But Steven Spielberg here connects with, and I want, camera guys, by the way, please pay attention. This is Janusz Kaminski, who is the cinematographer here, guy who did Schindler's List, guy who did Saving Private Ryan, guy who did Minority Report. This is one of the most beautiful movies I think that we'll have all year. December 10th is when we get to look forward to keeping our eyes peeled for how pretty this looks. What's great, I think, about this trailer is that he's not immediately showing, hey, this is a familiar favorite, you know this song, you love this song. He's first like, let me show you that I've built a world that feels real, that these people actually do exist in, and it's not just like familiar favorites, nostalgia type thing. December 10th, like I said, great Christmas movie, possibly by the chances of things. That's Ansel Elgort in there, people might recognize from Baby Driver, etc., etc. But I might be a new musical fan, who knows?
After this, oh wow, it's something that's converting JP Sebastian. You have to check it out.
Oh, well, I'm being pulled from the depths of Hull after Cats. So.
Oh yeah, no, Cats is so horrible.
A runt.
The last movie we're going to speak about, I'm super excited for this one. It is Summer of Soul, some big names coming through for this one.
And one of them includes Gladys Knight. You met Gladys Knight?
I met Gladys Knight on a cruise ship. I know we don't have time for this, but I met her on a cruise ship a couple of years ago. She was actually doing a jazz cruise, and she performed live. I almost fainted, but yeah.
Did you do some pips moves and like
I was just standing there, I was like...
Let me get to the essence of what's going on here then. Summer of Soul is directed by Amir Questlove Thompson. He is the drummer for the Roots hip-hop band we must know by now. Also, you've probably seen him on the Jimmy Fallon show. Yeah, my fave. Anyway, Summer of Soul in 1969 at the same time, well, 3 months before Woodstock 69, which everyone remembers. Oh, Jimi Hendrix doing the Star Spangled Banner, and that was an amazing concert. But in Harlem, they had a festival of just black artists, including Gladys Knight, Nina Simone, B.B. King, Stevie Wonder. The list was incredible, and what's amazing about this documentary is that all of that precious, precious footage of one of the greatest concerts of all time just got stashed into an archive somewhere, and no one saw it. So if you're a fan of this kind of thing, soul, R&B, anything that like caused what we listened to today, in fact, then I can't wait to get my hands on this. There's no date for it in SA just yet. This footage looks electric, and I am psyched for Summer of Soul.
Well, listen,
You're speechless.
I'm literally speechless just looking at that documentary. It looks so amazing. But do let us know what you thought of those movie trailers with JP Sebastian, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3.
Oh, well, we are still riding high on the wave of announcing the nominees yesterday morning for the 15th SAFTA Awards ceremony taking place on Saturday, the 22nd of May.
Of course, yeah, they are super highly contested. The public voting categories are for the best TV presenter and the most popular TV soapy and telenovela. They've opened for you to have your say in honouring all of these fantastically talented people, right?
That's right. Now, you can make your voice heard, South Africa, and we rely on you because your favourites would not be anywhere without your support. And to vote in both categories, all you have to do is dial star 120 star 32020 hash and follow the menu prompts.
Now, USSD rates are charged at R1.50. You will need to have that on your phone per minute, and free minutes do not apply. We know that the nominees that we have seen on there, Palesa Tembe of Afternoon Express is on there, Entle Bizana and Katleho Maboe are on there for the best TV presenter. And then for the best soapy and telenovela, you've got Sieven Delan, Skim Sam, Letabo and Uzalo, some really incredibly talented presenters, but also really quality shows that have been nominated there as well.
There we go. Well, salute the excellence of celebrated South African icons in the 15th SAFTA's Awards ceremony on Saturday, the 22nd of May, right here on S3, and follow all of the news and all of the actions on that hashtag SAFTAs.
Very smooth.
Very, very
smooth, man. We love it. And we certainly applaud all of the nominees. Just, I think, showing the excellence of what we are able to achieve during very difficult times as well for the industry. But now let's reflect on one of those smooth moments from the show this week.
I love smooth moments, and I do enjoy when you celebrate others. I think it's the best thing ever. And we love celebrating our team members. And on Afternoon Express, Palesa Tembe, of course, got a lovely nomination. It was fantastic. There was a celebration, and we thought it was super smooth. Take a look.
This is public voting, and that means that everybody at home gets the chance to really put their mark on there and say who they're rooting for and want to take this coveted award for Best TV Presenter. Now, of course, the announcement of the nominees, Best TV Presenter, is particularly exciting for us as the Kadova family because the presenter for our sister show, Afternoon Express, and the ever-bubbly Palesa Tembe has been nominated! Oh, yes!
Yeah, yeah!
Oh, yes! Congratulations, Pali, on your very first SAFTA nomination!
What category?
Best TV presenter, homegirl! Best TV presenter!
Yes! Yes, Pali, how are you feeling, girl? How are you feeling? This is huge! Yeah,
this is not a joke. It's not a prank. It's the end of April. I promise you, it's happening.
My mind even froze in that moment. I was like, wait, are they talking to me? Guys, thank you so much.
Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. Well, I'm not going to ask you how you're feeling about being nominated for this one because, I mean, we can all evidently see how you're feeling. But we know that your journey as a professional TV presenter started through the Presenter Search on 3 journey. And that TV show obviously placed you on this platform. What are some of the key lessons from that experience, and I think from hosting the show, Afternoon Express, that have led you to this nomination?
I think more than anything, and I know this sounds like a cop-out and everyone's just like, yeah, everybody says that. But I really went on a journey of just figuring out who Palesa is. And I think that that really is what led me. The more I sunk into who I am and asking the questions that I know, not only I want to know the answers to, but I feel like my audiences want to know the answers to. I think that that just really made me feel like, okay, I'm doing this, you know, I'm comfortable in this role. And then it allowed me to own it. And now I'm here. Guys, it even feels like a movie. I'm dying.
A round of applause.
Yes!
Win it!
Now you got to go and vote. And of course, Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao also got the nod for Best Reality Show. Kat Mabue got it for Best Presenter for Tropica. So clearly it's been a good season, and it is nothing smoother than a SAFTA nomination. So proud of the team. Well done.
Cheers.
The other day, Junior with the big hair went for a haircut.
Smooth. Things were looking good.
Until the power cut out.
Not smooth. But don't worry, he called it a half pineapple. And now it's a trend. Nothing smoother.
Tropica.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, well, it is Friday. Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3.
Speaking of Friday, we still have elite dance movement here for your Friday dance. They're going to help you elevate and get into that weekend feels.
And Goodluck's joining us. They've been giving us a sneak peek of what you can expect this coming weekend, as they have 2 days where they're performing at Zevenwacht Wine Estate. So that and a whole lot more still coming up. But it's now that time of the morning for us to quickly catch up with your headlines one last time.
Thank you very much, team. Just after 8 o'clock, a final look at those news headlines. We start off here nationally, where the South African medical experts say vaccinations are essential to limit the mutation of the coronavirus. The experts took part in a webinar during the World Vaccination Week, which promotes the use of vaccine to protect people from disease. An associate professor at Groote Schuur Hospital in Cape Town, Sipho Dlamini, says vaccinations protect people against serious illness and hospitalization, and also limit the ability of viruses to mutate. He says the World Health Organization estimates that 2 to 3 million lives are saved each year through vaccination programs. And meanwhile, here in South Africa, still pregnant and breastfeeding women with comorbidities or at high risk of exposure to COVID-19 have been given the green light to receive the Johnson & Johnson jab. The South African Health Products Regulatory Authority said yesterday it should be done in consultation with their healthcare provider. Meanwhile, South Africa has recorded 1,250 new coronavirus infections in the last 24-hour cycle and 46 COVID-19 related deaths. The majority of those, 14, were in Gauteng, followed by 13 in the Eastern Cape and 11 in the Free State. In international news, a team of Polish scientists say they have discovered the only known example of an embalmed pregnant Egyptian mummy. The discovery was made by researchers at the Warsaw Mummy Project and revealed in the Journal of Archaeological Science yesterday. The mummy was previously thought to be a male priest, but scans revealed it was a woman in the later stages of pregnancy. Experts from the project believe the remains are most likely that of a high-status woman aged between 20 and 30 who died during the 1st century BC. Now, China has launched a key module of a new permanent space station, the latest in Beijing's increasingly ambitious space program. Now, the multi-module Tiangong station will contain living quarters for 3 crew members and should be operational by 2022. It's set to be operational for at least 10 years, and the International Space Station, from which China is excluded, is due to be retired after 2024, which could potentially leave Tiangong as the only space station in Earth's orbit. Now, there are also now talks of missions to Mars in collaboration with Russia. And next, great news for those who regularly potter around the garden. News from Britain's Royal Horticultural Society, the RHS, is that there's a new vitamin on the block. It's called vitamin G. Now this, a new study reveals a significant association between gardening more frequently and improvements in well-being, perceived stress and physical activity. The study surveyed more than 6,000 people, and results indicate that those who garden every day have well-being scores 6.6% higher and stress levels 4.2% lower than people who don't garden at all. In fact, it says gardening every day has the same positive impact on well-being than undertaking regular vigorous exercise like cycling or running. The study, conducted by the RHS and published in Cities Journal, found that more frequent gardening was also linked with greater physical activity, supporting the notion that gardening is good for both body and mind. Moreover, a greater portion, or rather proportion, of plants in the garden was linked with greater well-being, suggesting even just viewing green gardens may be beneficial. So it certainly sounds as if it's time to get your vitamin G. That's where we leave it for this morning. Here is Zoe.
Thanks, Tabzi. And we're also going to quickly look at those beautiful and fantastic sunrise photos that you've been sharing with us this week. So thank you to each and every one of you for sharing how you start your day with us. Now, to wrap up the week, we start with Andrew Harris from Belito, who shared this red glowing sunrise with us this morning. Gershwin Shaw from Pretoria shared this image of the sun peeking through the clouds, casting this interesting beam of light across the sky. At 7 o'clock, we shared the photo of the ocean, which we received from one of our regulars, Gary Orkamp in East London. And last but not least, Ilani Klaasen-Heineke from Bloemfontein sent through this photo of the sun rising on the horizon. Please do continue to share your beautiful sunrise photos with us, and you can do so on the Expresso Facebook page. And don't forget to also include your location so that we can give you a brief weather update for your area too. And we can't forget about our international viewers that tune in on via YouTube or the Africa channel in the US. We are also giving you a little highlight of Casablanca, the largest city in Morocco. Casablanca is Morocco's chief port and one of the largest financial centers in Africa. Casablanca has a hot summer Mediterranean climate with an average of 72 days of precipitation annually. Today, you can expect morning showers with an otherwise mostly cloudy day ahead, reaching a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. And just here in South Africa, a cold front is expected to grip most parts of the country from today onwards. The SA Weather Service has confirmed that the high-pressure system will bring with it some icy conditions and heavy falls of rain. KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape are likely to be worse affected by the drop in temperatures, although Mpumalanga and Limpopo could also feel the pinch. Reports also suggest that there could be snowfall over the Drakensberg region in the coming days. Weather forecaster Venetia Pakula says the whole country will in fact experience a cold snap and a drop in temperatures this weekend. And looking to our temperatures across the country, winter certainly seems to be settling in with those temperatures dropping. Let's look at those temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, expect a low of 13 for today and a high of 23. Mbombela 15 with a high of 28. Pretoria 11, reaching a high of 18. Rain can be expected in Johannesburg today with a high of 17. Mahikeng 7:23. Thunder showers can be expected in Klerksdorp with a high of 23. Kimberley 4 with a high of 19. Rain in Bloemfontein, a low of 4, a high of 18. Richards Bay 16, reaching a high of 21. Rainy conditions for Pietermaritzburg today with a high of 16. Durban 16, reaching a high of 20. Rainy conditions for Mthatha with a high of 13. East London 12 with a high of 19 for today. A 55% chance of precipitation for Cradock, a low of 3, a high of 16. Gqeberha 11, reaching a high of 19 for today. Partly cloudy conditions for George with a high of 18. Cape Town partly cloudy, reaching a high of 18. Worcester 5 with a high of 21. Sutherland 1, reaching a high of 18. And partly cloudy conditions for Uppington, a low of 9 and a high of 24 degrees Celsius. And that's where I leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes, an intro that suits my hair. I can tell you this is amazing. JB Sebastian's here for a movie that that you and I were chatting about.
I can tell you this is amazing.
It is. It really is. It's a good intro. And we were chatting about this movie. I'm excited that we are getting a chance to actually review it properly now. Wrath of Man. Guy Ritchie is back.
Yes.
The man who brought us The Snatch, The Lock, Stock, The Gentleman, The Sherlock, The King Arthur. He's back with something. I'm not going to mention that other movie with the genie.
Yeah, the blue dude.
Yep.
Yeah, good director most recently of Aladdin, which I'm sure he just loved picking the check up for, but totally different from his previous style, which, like you said, Snatch, the one with Brad Pitt, Do You Like Dags, etc., etc. Guy Ritchie's pretty much Britain's Tarantino, and in this, it's maybe a continuation of more of that feeling than going down the Aladdin path. Fortunately, Jason Statham isn't purple or something in this.
Thank goodness.
Although black and blue with bruises. Ha ha. First clip I want to show you, just so you get a taste, is from the man himself, Guy Ritchie, who we were just speaking about. And there's really nothing of substance that he says here. He just promises you that Wrath of Man will have violence, which, you know, sometimes you just want to do the violence thing, get into some scorp skit. So here's Wrath of Man, director himself, talking about his own movie.
Yo, Action Man, can I buy you a beer?
Nah. Sorry, you mind?
So, where'd you work before then?
Orange, Delta, security. Europe.
Jolly exciting, was it, mate?
Yeah, spectacular.
You ain't much for talking, are you, Mary Poppins?
Oh, no, I can talk. I just don't want to talk to you. Let me buy you a beer. Just make sure you drink it over there. Anything else?
What a jump.
All right, that's the first taste. And I know that wasn't Guy Ritchie just yet, but don't worry, it's okay.
That was me.
We
I'm
were
sorry.
excited about the movie, it's fine.
This movie hammered my brain cells, so utterly useless. I promise you, the next clip I will show you is actually Guy Ritchie speaking, but that's just an introduction to Jason Statham's mystery character, H. What is it you love about Jason Statham there? You all googly eyed.
What I enjoy about Jason Statham is that he can take a single word in his accent with his, just the way the elocution, and he can give you something that's so sinister,
3 IQ
threatening.
points. Yeah.
And he would say, you know, orange, peel.
You realize that this is Jason Statham playing Jason Statham?
Yes.
As in his last movie where he was Jason Statham. And then before that, it wasn't even the biopic of Jason Statham.
I think he always plays Jason Statham. I think that's on his brief.
Which is fine. Like, this dude actually won my heart over when I've got a soft spot for him in an interview. Someone was trying to stroke his ego. The interviewer was like, why do you think it is? You always get cast as this macho man, as the hero, you know, the way some of us can do. And he paused for a moment and thought about it real hard, and he said, I think that's because the studios realized how early on how much of a gigantic idiot I am. So he just like laid it out there. He was like, I'm not the brightest. I'm just like a strong dude. That's okay.
It's like action.
You've been practicing. He has a Jason Statham shrine at home.
I do.
Which he just beats up every day. Let me talk about Wrath of Man, though.
Yeah.
So, like, you need a premise. If you're into stuff like the Liam Neeson revenge stuff, if you're into stuff like Man on Fire, this is not as strong as Man on Fire necessarily, but actually better than all of the B-grade Liam Neeson stuff, I promise you.
Thank goodness.
He is a Joe looking for a job. And he doesn't reveal his past or why he's doing that, but he wants to work in cash in transit van security. And there, it's revealed in the trailer, I'm not giving away anything, you find that he's the murderer of his son in a heist that went bad, who he's trying to find. There must be an inside guy because he's got a past of his own. So there are all these layers that they don't, cards close to the chest kind of thing for a lot of the movie. Pretty much run-of-the-mill as far as these revenge things go, but I am surprised that I liked a Guy Ritchie movie for the first time in a long time, after stuff like Aladdin and other flops, as far as I'm concerned. He actually, I think someone must have told him, like, quietness in a movie. Like, not every word needs to be scripted, not everything needs to be quotable, not everything needs to be, like, hammered into the memory, like the way we memorize Anchorman quotes or something like that. The machismo and the bravado of Desert Eagle .50. It's like, yes, it's cool, you made it quotable, now can you write a story? So the score is great because it's this droning, scary, sort of like violent dirge of at a funeral waiting at the end for us. Constant throughout, and I think it's great to have a constant score when you've got an actor who isn't necessarily a De Niro, like Jason Statham. He's not bad, but he's not, one of the greatest we have. Aside from that, the editing is great, keeps great tension, keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it actually is trying to do something quite lyrical and poetic in the visuals, but who cares about that? Jason Statham beating people up, maybe you get a handful of decent enough action scenes, not going to knock it out the park necessarily as far as action goes, but surprise, surprise, here's a clip of Guy Ritchie talking aimlessly about all that stuff I said at the start that I got wrong the first time around. Let's look at the director describing Wrath of Man.
Let's watch it.
Watch it.
Action. Wrath of Man is more violent, more gritty than any of my other films.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new addition, H.
Do you have any idea how dangerous this job can be?
Some idea, yeah. We ain't the predators, we're the prey.
The interesting thing about a Guy Ritchie film is he loves to explore these criminal underworlds, but all the characters have their own flaws, their own issues, they're all going through something.
You were in an accident. My son. He didn't make it.
Guy works like no one I've ever worked with before. He's constantly coming up with ideas. He's very much in tune with what he wants to do.
He doesn't hold actors back. You get to play around.
He knows exactly what he wants.
The first shot takes that off. Another shot takes it out the wall.
He knows exactly how to do it.
You want to pinch yourself going, God, I'm in a Guy Ritchie movie.
I need to know who killed my son.
This film is violent, aggressive, blunt and sharp.
But I do bear a grudge.
Wow, okay. I kind of feel like the H in his name is hell. I think maybe that'll be revealed in the movie narrative soon enough, but I'm looking forward to this one. Popcorns, please.
7 out of 10.
That is Statham for 7 out of 10. I speak fluent Statham as well.
Could have actually been pushed to an 8 if it just had the cojones to commit to its concept of being a mythological story. It wanted to be quite a lot more poetic with the action involved too, not all up in its own field, but just misses it and actually ends up being decent enough action. Rather go watch this rather than Vanquish, rather go watch this rather than whatever the other one was that's on circuit at the moment. Wrath of Man, good stuff.
Love it. Well, there we go. JP Sebastian, Wrath of Man coming out very, very soon. And don't you go anywhere, because when we get back on Expresso, more feel-good breakfast show for you. Don't leave. Stay there. Don't go while you're going. Stay there.
It's not like we're
Stay
747.
Stay there.
yes, it is still a Friday. It is still the weekend, and it's still your birthday.
It is your birthday.
Have a happy birthday. Happy birthday. A very happy birthday to you.
Jigga,
Hey, well, it's a Friday, yes.
man.
You know what Fridays are all about? They're about dancing. Right here on Expresso. We love to dance. We love a good dance.
We do.
Jamie Lee does the splits sometimes. Graham does.
a bit of a twerking.
Some Madiba dancing, and I give you everything you want. But of course, the best part of it is that we get to ask you to send in your birthday dance videos to celebrate yourself or a loved one. And whoa, let's just say
This
you
week,
delivered. You
leveled up. Leveled up.
Let's watch this. Let's watch this. Hey. Oh God.
Go, sister. Go, sister.
Oh, there's a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Get ready to pop.
Koto said, okay, there's no metric dance this year. Let me.
I'm going to do it.
I'll
I'm going to own it.
What is she showing us?
That's
The receipt?
a receipt for something.
Olivia.
The receipt for the dance.
Olivera.
Olivera.
Oh, she's got the Oh, look at that.
Oh, to be so young and supple. Hey? Ree? You know,
In
Ree?
the middle of two cars. That's
just
when you know,
proving
eh?
how skinny she is. That's what she did. She's just showing off how skinny I am.
Say no more.
Sarita, don't hold back, girl. Boom. Oh, she got moves, eh?
The footwork for me, though.
This is what we mean when we like move your coffee table.
Oh, she's got
move
some
your
swag.
coffee table. That's
Move the
for that
cars.
purpose.
You don't even have to move the cars.
No,
I will
that's
stand
so
right
clearly
in between.
we have the skinniest viewers ever.
Yes,
Okay. Really cool.
And they can fit into any space.
Yep, some good attempts, but of course, we ask you guys to send in these amazing videos so we can select one as our favorite birthday video dancer to give 500 Rand in cash. And our winner this week is Seho Mashiko.
Let's watch it.
What?
Hey, yo. I'm Fanagama.
Too cool.
I should school you.
That is cool.
because
She should school me.
just the
Wow, Lesseho.
Got
That's
the
like the
attitude.
swag. Come on, I mean, look at that.
Attitude moves.
I mean, basically, she's just like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
And it says the same thing on her top as well. Hey.
Hey.
Just like, hey.
This is
well,
my
I'm
ad.
making a statement. Hey.
You've just won 500 big ones.
Yeah.
congratulations.
Beautiful
Wow.
stuff. Eh? And that's how easy it is to win 500 bucks.
I don't know if it's
man.
easy at all. I mean,
No, that's
look at that
cool,
dance
man.
move.
It looks effortless. She does it effortless. Maybe if you did it, ooh, I don't know.
I wouldn't win the
but-
money.
I wouldn't give you 500.
No, we would
Ah,
not.
come on.
No,
But for you at home, guys, remember we are running a weekly competition where you could win yourself that 500 Rand like Lesseho in cash for celebrating your birthday. Now, all you need to do is to send in your birthday dance moves on WhatsApp. That number is 071-640-6551. It is on your screen right now, and that is how you're going to enter. Now, the best dance moves wins. It's simple.
Easy
Terms
peasy.
and C's can be found on expressoshow.com into the weekend, baby.
Luck.
Oh, well, we are in the kitchen, and when we are talking birthdays, dancing is essential. Chef Clem, do you have a birthday dance?
I'm okay. We'll do like a birthday robot. I'm gonna pass it to you.
Okay.
And then you finish it. Okay. So you.
There we go.
Yes. Okay. Lesseho, you did really well.
Work. Okay, well done. Well, listen, we are now in the kitchen because when we talk birthdays, everybody loves a birthday treat, and we have a quick and fuss-free recipe for you this morning, our Nespresso coffee ice cream bites. It sounds delicious.
Probably thinking, oh my word, it's almost winter. Why are you making ice cream now? Because
I love ice cream in winter.
Because it's been scientifically proven, no it hasn't, that ice cream is best enjoyed in cold weather. And I think it's because it doesn't melt as fast.
True.
I love ice cream in winter. Okay, so.
I'm your perfect sous chef, so what size would you like me to make our coffee?
Let's see, let's go.
We've got a lungo, espresso, or a
Ristretto. Give me an espresso, please.
An espresso, there we go. And of course, this morning we are using the Nespresso Barista Creations Cocoa Truffle
And I
flavor.
love
Oh, it's got a dark and bitter cocoa flavor that meets that malted cereal notes. And this is a 100% Arabica blend, sweet bourbon beans with Brazil and washed Caribbean beans, Colombian in fact.
So for me, the thing about coffee that I love the most is when you're actually using an espresso and it starts brewing and you smell it. So you know you're in for like a really good time, especially when you get that little hint of that cocoa coming through.
There we go.
There we go. That's it, that's the one. So banana, frozen, and the reason you want to freeze it because it helps your actual ice cubes freeze a little faster. But banana, the thing is, they thaw out so quickly. So mine are a little thawed out, but at home when you do make this, make sure it's frozen, rock hard.
There we go.
There we go. That goes in.
There we go.
Then we got some vanilla. And again, it's the flavors that complement the coffee so much. The vanilla's going to go in there. And bananas and coffee go really well together. Did you know that?
And that is a vanilla paste, right?
This is the paste. Okay. So you can actually see those little beans, little seeds in there. And you want that's the good stuff.
That is the good stuff.
So I was saying, banana and coffee go really well together. And there's kind of like this food saying, if it grows together, it goes together. And they do kind of grow together. So the flavors go so well. Then I've got some hazelnut milk. And you can use almond milk for this one.
Okay.
That goes in there.
I feel like I should make maybe one more coffee for you. Can I use it?
Is that for me?
Just for
the drink, or is it for Clem to have his morning coffee?
There we go. We'll do that. Let's put in another one. There we go.
Okay, let's do this.
There we go.
You ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Yes, because I want them more into. Oh, that's
there we
the
go.
one.
There we go.
Smells
Get that
amazing.
morning coffee going. Okay, so we've now obviously used our hot coffee.
Coffee goes in.
There we go.
You can pour that in for me. There, now we've got that beautiful, rich coffee flavor. We're gonna give it a quick blitz.
There we go.
Done.
I love
so now,
how quick it just goes.
It's so quick. Now you're gonna pour it into ice cube trays and you're gonna freeze it.
There we go. I love how you call this a no-fuss recipe because it really is. And we do have this recipe available for you. You can find it on expressoshow.com.
Right, cool. So now we've frozen it, and like I said, if you're using frozen banana, it freezes so quickly. I mean, within 4 hours, you'll have little coffee, banana, ice cubes.
There we go.
So now, what you want to do is you want to coat them in chocolate, malted chocolate, and go dark chocolate. It goes so well with the flavors.
That bitterness will complement our coffee flavors profile so well.
So well, and because the ice cube is frozen, the chocolate will set in literally, look at that bottom part is already set.
Okay.
To get them in there. This is the fun, messy part that you get to
And get the kids involved. This is something they'll enjoy. There'll probably be a lot of licking of fingers going on here.
So.
Look how quickly that chocolate sets.
So quickly. Okay, now, before it sets even any further, a little bit of hazelnut or almond goes over the top. And these are so delicious. They go back into the freezer now because obviously that little scent is going to start melting really quickly. Can I bring it over?
Yes, please. I have to try one. There we go. Should we invite Tabiso in to come have a taste?
Tabzi. Tabzi?
Tabzi.
Wow.
Somebody say my name, say my name, say my name.
There we
when
go.
no one is around you. Clem, I love you, but let's see how this tastes.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, damn.
You get the coffee taste.
I did the whole thing.
You get the Oh, you did the whole thing? Did you not get brain freeze?
This makes you want to just like get on the couch and just sit. And just eat.
I was going to say you make me want to get down.
Well, and you could do that too.
Can you wash in their pants?
I could try.
Show us.
Oh, okay, well done. We just take, okay, it's all in one piece.
This
well
is so
done.
good.
Did your pants rip?
No, this is so good.
Oh, there's a little, just knocking, it's
Wow.
okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Now, go one for Graham.
Oh, yeah,
Go
of course.
for it.
There we go. Take
We
to
just
everybody.
made them. These are amazing. If you would love to make these at home, they are available on our website. You can find them
For later.
at expressoshow.com. Chef Clem, this is incredible. Thank
you.
With every cup, we cultivate some of the finest coffee in the world, celebrating farmers as artists, elevating every coffee moment. Because with every cup, precious coffee preserves the beauty of our world. Nespresso, what else?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sorry, guys,
Yes,
later,
I
yeah?
appreciate that. I get one too. I'm so happy. Okay, while we do a nice and chill, I will give it one to you very, very soon. Don't worry about it. But this is so chilled. It's beautiful. It's delicious. A lot like Goodluck in their new performance of their songs. I can tell you it is just marked by instrumentalism, of just musical genius, to be honest with you. And it's some of your songs that you've been jumping to at their concerts, but now it's a lot more like this. Chilled, delicious, relaxed. and up close. That's the new album. They have events coming up this weekend that'll be on Saturday and Sunday, of course, tomorrow and Sunday, and at Zevenwacht Wine Estate in Cape Town. If you're in the area, please go and support them. And they've got an 11-piece band that'll be entertaining you. So think about that. It is like that school orchestra, but even more massive for you, and that's on stage. But this one you're gonna love. It is subtle, sweet, and together like rum and cola. Enjoy.
Just want to thank Nick and Shem for joining us. This is Rum and Cola. It's going out to anyone who's maybe missing somebody. We keep it simple, don't overthink it. Your love is like the water I'm drinking. It's easy, like Sunday morning. Could this be our destiny calling? I'm low-key calling for your love. Won't you do it again, do it again, do it again. Close to my body, slowly falling for your love. Won't you do it again, do it again.
Oh my word! Look at this talent over here. Well done. These guys are absolutely incredible. I think this is going to be an event that you can't miss. Live music is back, thanks to Goodluck at Zevenbach Wine Estate. I'm so happy. I could actually cry, to be honest with you. So web tickets, go get yours. Strict COVID protocols, definitely observed, but it's going to be an event that you don't want to miss. 1 and 2 May. It is gorgeous. Also, Goodluck Up Close album available to stream and download right now. Support vocals from the locals and enjoy them this weekend. Well done to them.
Okay, go. Go. This is my gun. Just go, just go. Just go. Make sure it's straight.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, one of our favorite Who-mans, the Ham Man, is in studio today. Exciting times. Afternoon Drive show host and living legend Nick Hammond has been in search of young talent across South Africa with his unbelievable 5-drive inter-school music challenge. What a great idea. And after being overwhelmed by all of the entries and the raw, undiscovered talent in the country, singers Kate Bolton and Regan Kelly have won the competition. And this morning, we are excited to have the fantastic radio host and the voice behind the Insider SA. He is a narrator, and he is a living legend, Mr. Nick Hammond.
Wow.
The Hammond.
That's incredible. That's the nicest introduction I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Thank you. Yes, thank you. How are you?
But no, you deserve it because you've given a platform to young people to express how unbelievably talented they are. And that's one of the great joys of our show, I think, is that we get to meet people like that. And you've done this, which is awesome, dude.
What was the inspiration behind it? Because I can imagine just going to these places and going through this phase just to discover this raw talent. What was that process like?
You know, for myself, and I'm sure for both of you, and I think for so many people, being in high school was an opportunity to figure out who we were creatively.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was to do with performance. You know, a lot of us,
where my career actually began, yeah.
Drama, music, debating, whatever, right? And for the young people of South Africa over the last year, that hasn't been there. There's no performing on stage. There's no getting up in front of a crowd of people and finding your own voice. And I thought, what can we do to change that? I've got a national radio show, and I want to build some sort of a platform where we go out and we look for talent. And as much as it was about who ends up winning this, it was about encouraging young people to get up onto a stage like 5FM and perform. Do what you're meant to do with your life and do it in front of the whole country, because the world says that you're not going to have a stage anymore. And I wanted to change that.
I hadn't thought of it like that. I hadn't thought about like the most enriching parts of my high school career, which was being on stage.
Yeah.
kudos to you, man, for doing that. How impressed were you with the talent that you discovered? Our winners, yeah, part of that, but just the broader spectrum.
I was blown away. This is not the last time we're going to do this competition, but
surely this must be an annual search now.
I didn't think we'd get
quarterly search.
Didn't think we'd get the talent we got. Honestly, didn't think it would be consistently as good across the board.
Because I suppose, sorry, man, it's a risk because now you've got to put it out there. You need stuff that you can actually play on radio.
Every single time. Just out of interest, like, how many entries were there?
Yeah.
Initially, when we started, it was slow. So, you know, we had, you know, the odd entry trickle in here and there, whatever. And then just at the point in which we were sort of sitting down strategically as a team and saying, like, how are we going to turn this around? It was like a Monday morning we got in and suddenly there was this flood of emails all across the country as well. I mean, I don't think there was a province that didn't have an entry. We got to a point where a significant part of our day was sitting and listening to entries.
And what a pleasure, man. What a joy, man. Yeah. So inspiring. But you obviously had the unenviable task of selecting out of that winners, and you have settled on Kate and Regan. If you can, just bring up a little taste of why they were the best in the land.
Look at this.
Get up.
I literally have goosebumps.
Right?
I was warning you before the segment that I'm a bit of like an emotional wreck at the moment for some reason, and that got me, man.
Good.
They are beautiful. I understand their boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah,
they come the story as well.
Awesome.
They're a couple. They met through music. I think there was the one kind of saw the other one on Instagram, and you know,
as one does in today's. That's how you do it now.
I like your talents, and they turn out they liked each other too, which I think is so sweet.
There's something slightly different. I love the fact that we now, in today's age, and maybe this is the good side of what social media has done, we celebrate uniqueness. And there are kids out there taking standards like this that's been sung by about 1,000 different performers, and they've given it their own flavor. What was it about them that made you choose them as the winners?
So it wasn't just me. I mean, we had an internal panel, some people from the station, some people in front of and behind the mic. We reached out to music teachers, music experts, not only in South Africa, in some international countries too as well. And there was a lot of love for a lot of the performers, but Kate and Regan came through consistently as the one that, for various reasons, people said that they loved. There was something about their tone. There was something about their authenticity.
What is next for these artists? Because, I mean, I don't even know.
This has to be a platform. When you talk about linking them up with international, you know, kind of minds behind music, international stars, this is a springboard.
Well, exactly. I mean, and I don't want it to just be a springboard for Kate and Regan. I want this to be a springboard for young talent to realize that you can get your voice out there. I mean, already now, just from them winning on the 5 Drive Inter-School Music Challenge, they're going to perform in Expresso, the biggest morning show in the country. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is huge for them. All of these performers are going to continue to have their Instagrams, continue to have their TikToks, and what I'm saying is don't stop creating, because you never know who's listening.
And we've broached into the world of TikTok recently and had some of the TikTok superstars now kind of come onto the show, and it's amazing. They are the new celebrities, and it's defining a completely new way of looking at entertainment. Buddy, I'll say it again, kudos for doing this. Well done for providing this platform, and kudos to all of the young people out there for stepping up like this. Absolutely beautiful.
But do stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show, as the winners of the Inter-School Music Challenge, Kate and Regan, will be performing next.
I've still got goosebumps.
We can't wait.
It is a Friday. All of you Friday feel good coming your way here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Yes, indeed, the music is on. We're buzzing at a high altitude of Feel Good. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. Now, Nick, he did announce that the musical couple Kate Bolton and Regan Kelly have won the very first leg of the competition, or the very first edition, rather, of the competition. A big round of applause for them. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now, that's what I'm talking about. But of course, they're here today because they're going to be telling us why they entered and why we should be on the lookout for them. Kate and Regan, welcome to Expresso.
Thank you.
Guys, I mean, you are so talented, and we've been mind blown just taking in all of this talent. And this morning, you guys are here to share it with us. But why did you decide to go on this platform and enter?
We just do what we enjoy, I guess. It's like our passion, so
yeah.
We just love it.
Yeah. Did you like how I introduced you guys and I said that they're also a couple? They're calling as well.
Thank you.
How's that coming along, guys? Is it nice?
It's good. It's going strong.
Yeah? Is he looking after you?
Yes.
Yeah? Is she looking after you?
Sometimes. No,
Let's talk about working as a couple. That must have its set of challenges or just excitement points. Well, what do you like about it the most, Regan?
It's just that you always have someone with you the whole day. You need someone. It's just,
You're never without a friend.
Yes, basically.
I love it. And you guys are performing a special song for us. Whose song is this? What is it? What inspired this choice?
The song is Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. I like the song because I feel like it complements both of our voices.
Iris, guys, you're so talented. I can't wait from Zanzi to see it all and take it all in. Ladies and gents, it's Kate and Regan with Iris.
Closest to heaven that I'll ever be. Don't wanna go home right now.
And all I can taste in this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. 'Cause sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me,
'Cause I don't think that they'd understand.
when everything's made to be broken.
I just want you to know who I am.
And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies.
When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you plead just to know you're alive.
And I don't want the world to see me,
'Cause I don't think that they'd understand.
when everything's made to be broken.
I just want you to know who I am.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. when everything's made to be broken.
I just want you to know who I am.
I just want you to know who I am.
I just want you to know who I am.
I just want you to know who I am.
Come on. Come on. Wow. Listen, you're going to need to remember these names. It's Kate and it's Regan, and they are the winners of the Inter-School Music Challenge, the music competition by Nick Hammond. Fantastic work. Well done, guys. I mean, you've got Goodluck sitting over there somewhere, and they're in complete awe, but I'm sure you've got the entire country also just completely blown away. Continue to get that love through on our social media. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. What did you think of that performance? You guys are going far. You guys are going really, really far. Wow. See you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I love being in the kitchen with this guy. Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso and S3. Chef Clement.
Yes.
It's your fresh name. It is so good to actually see you. And I can tell you that this next recipe will be a symphony for your taste buds. I always wanted to try my hand at a bit of fluffy. Now, there is a contention here. Some people say scones, some people say scones, some people say scones. It's up to you and your preference. I'm not going to judge you for either, but Chef Clem is with you every step of the way to ensure that you get this recipe on point with a bit of clotted cream to make it next level delicious ahead of Mother's Day. So,
and it's such an easy recipe to make, but such an easy recipe to get isn't
that baking in general?
In general, but this one is a good one. So, scones, super simple. What I've got over here is some self-raising flour. That's the first trick. Don't worry about the baking powder and the bicarb, all those things. Self-raising flour.
Is that enough?
What's your favorite flour? You say self-raising flour.
Yes.
Done. Then butter must be cold, and then you break it into the flour, and I'm going to continue doing that in a little bit. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get to it.
Okay, that's fantastic. All right, so
the thing about scones is the less you do, the better. You don't want to overwork it. You don't want to overmix your butter into your flour. The less you do, the better. Okay. True story.
I'm trying to understand. You know when they say like, look, your hard work pays off. Now, Chef Clem tells you, don't do so much work.
Don't work smart, not hard.
Oh, I like this.
That's the one.
That's the trick of this. By the way, do you say scones or scones or scones?
Scones. But since you started saying scones, I'm going to start saying scones.
Sí.
Scones.
We just made a Spanish. Scones. Hey. Gracias. Okay, let's go. Shall we get a fiesta going with scones?
Buttermilk. We buy it. We know that it's used for such amazing things. It adds a bit of tang. It tenderizes things. Did you know that it's like literally you can make your own at home? 2 ingredients, 2 minutes, you're done.
Okay, how do you do? I'm assuming that you're going to add acidity to it because of the pH levels of the milk, right? So,
lemon gold. The only lemon you should be using. Lemon gold? Okay. Absolutely.
Honestly, that looked like a perfume ad. Like, what are you wearing?
Lemon gold. Bye. Lemon gold.
Yes, man. Okay.
And honestly, the reason I use lemon gold, we know there's no seeds in them. There's no seeds. So it makes your life so much easier. So,
I always wonder, there's no seeds in them. Now, how do you get more lemon gold? I think that's the trick.
That's a story for a mommy lemon gold meets a daddy lemon gold.
Okay, wait, never mind. It's fine.
Oh, okay, bring it back. Okay, so I've added my lemon juice to my milk, and instantly it starts to thicken.
Yes, it does.
I mean, that was quick. So I let it sit for about 2 minutes, and you can see how thick and lumpy that is. You've made buttermilk.
Wow. Okay, I'll keep on buying it to tenderize my chicken, but now I know I can make it at home like that.
Just make it.
Thank you, man.
You can use a little bit of vinegar, but I find that the lemon is better. Okay, cool.
All right, let's jump into the recipe.
Cold
Chef, let's go.
butter.
You got 2.5 minutes to finish this recipe.
Are we doing it again?
Yeah, we're doing this again.
Oh.
Chef, you got 2.5 minutes to make this scones. Your time begins now.
All right, so
here we go.
Cold butter broken up into the flour, right? Soft racing flour. There's a little bit of salt in there. There's a little bit of sugar in there.
Perfect.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to use our fingertips. So we're going to just crumb the flour into fingertips.
Love.
The reason we're using our fingertips, the fingertips are cooler than the inside of your hand. If you're using the inside of your hand, you're going to melt the butter. You don't want to melt the butter.
Don't melt the butter. And also remember, these are tips for your fingertips. Right, moving along. Yes, here we go. Right.
Okay, so we're crumbling it. What you're looking for is a loose beach sand consistency. If you're from
sand.
Joburg, I'll send you a picture what that looks like.
That's fine. They have Zoo Lake.
You got Zoo Lake. So you're looking for a Marentia. You're looking for a loose beach sand consistency. Then you're ready to add your buttermilk, okay? I'm going to ask, where did you get gloves from?
I'm always prepared. When I knew I was going to cook with you, I'm like, I want to be nice and sterile. I want to make sure that I'm just doing this whole thing, sanitizing.
Okay. While I'm adding my buttermilk to my mixture, I've actually got some dough that I've made already for you. And this is very important. I want to point out, can you see the lumps of butter in that dough? You want that. What happens as soon as I hit the hot oven, super hot temperature, that moisture is going to expand, and that's going to give you that puff. It's going to give you those layers that you want.
That's
so,
right.
Carl, I'm going to pass this to you.
Thank you very much.
Can you pop it down? Maybe let's work on the surface here. A little bit of flour for you.
Yes, I like the surface working, and then you just like sort of get it out there. Perfect. Woolworths.co.za if you want to get the recipe if you didn't get any of this. And also, Mother's Day, remember, if you don't want to work too hard, work smart for Mother's Day.
And
okay, what are we doing? So we're not working
work
too
a
much.
little harder for Mother's Day. We'll give you another, something to do with it.
I feel like there was a contradiction, but it's fine. You can keep on going.
Right, so what you're going to do is you don't want to overwork the stuff.
Yes.
Again, don't overdo it. You're going to develop the gluten that's in there.
Okay.
What you're going to do now is, this is for you, Carl, dip your cookie cutter in the flour. That way it doesn't stick to your dough. Another trick.
Yes.
When you cut out the scones, don't do a twist. Don't do a twist. Just go down and out. If you do a twist, you kind of twist those strands that you work so hard to develop so they don't rise up. They kind of like move around a bit.
Good tips.
Are
we okay with this type of thickness over here?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm not going to work it too much.
If you want to roll out a little more, you're going to get a thinner scone, which is perfectly fine. You can do that. I like mine to be a little smaller, but they must rise a little higher. That's what you want.
I like actually just doing this, giving it a bit of a roll. That way I popped them out perfectly in this one. Also, I just wanted to ask you just about appliances, because, you know, like this is the type of stuff that we use all the time. We use the ovens. Obviously, Mother's Day's coming up. But the thing is, you're considering an air fryer, because I mean, I live by an air fryer, my brother.
Yes.
Like an air fryer is my jam. That's what I use.
Air fryers work really well with scones because you get that immediate hot heat, so you get that nice puffiness, that rise, and you get the nice caramelization from an air fryer. So I want to know, do you glaze your scones?
I'm not a glazer, no.
You're not a glazer?
No,
okay.
no. People don't like glazes.
Okay, so if you want to keep yours unglazed, you're going to get a nice matte finish. If you do want a bit of a sheen on your scones, brush it with a little bit of milk. I prefer egg, and you get a nice, like a lacquered top on your scone. A lacquered.
A lacquered top. I like what you're doing there.
So we've got our beautiful woolly strawberry jam. My hands are covered in flour. Can you pop that open for me?
There we go.
And it's bursting with strawberry flavor.
It's extra fruit.
It's extra fruity. It's extra fruit. It's delicious. So we've got some whipped cream, but here's what I say. It's Mother's Day. Do a little more. What I've done is I've taken some cream and I put it in a little saucepan on a very low heat, and I cooked cream for about 30 minutes until it reduces to about almost half.
Clotted.
I've made clotted cream. If you want to feel fancier than the Queen, you have clotted cream with your scones. That's how you do it.
Okay, so we got the extra fruit jam. You can get that from Woolworths. Also, recipe woolworths.co.za. Remember, 15% off appliances. That will be for until this Sunday. This is all part of Mother's Day. Chef Clem is ready. Everybody is ready. We're about to taste. It's happening right now. Get the recipe. Here we go, Chef.
It's supposed to be cream and then jam, but I'm going jam, not cream.
Put it in a gob.
That's for you. Scones, scones, scones. Just make it. It's delicious. And wear surgical gloves just for fun.
Why not?
Why not?
Get the recipe. Thanks, Chef Clem. This is so good.
Dear Mum.
I love you. I love you.
Thank you for always being the Mbokoto that you are.
See life through the cutting-edge designs of metal windows. Every steel or aluminium window and door is custom-made using their Foreman brand systems designed by and exclusive to metal windows. In any space, residential, retail, commercial or hospitality, they provide custom solutions to fit the needs of you, their client. Get inspired with their portfolio on metalwindows.co.za, Facebook and on Instagram.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This still is a Friday here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You're opening up, and you're opening up at the right time, because when dancers from all walks of life come together, it will definitely be magic. Today in studio, we have the dancers from Elite Movement Studios, and they are ready to take this Friday to a whole other level. And South Africa, you know, this is one of those aha moments for me, because DZ and I, we go way back. I mean, Steenberg High School, Heatfield High.
Gosh.
Now to be able to have you here on our Feel Good Breakfast Show. How are you?
I've been good. What a full circle moment, Jamie. And I think I'm just super proud of what you've achieved as well. And I think this moment right here, it was like predestined, I think, yeah. So, yeah, super happy to be here. Expresso's always been, you know, a family of mine. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm ready to get down with you guys.
Tell me about the movement, because it's different dancers, like I said, different walks of life, to create what you are creating right now, which I'm seeing on social media. It is magic.
Yes.
Tell us all about it.
So Elite Movement Dance Studio is basically a collective, a company, a unit that was established 3 years ago. And this year we've picked it up, and I train these beautiful dancers, and they are high level, they are committed, they're passionate, and we just really, I think our initial goal was to establish like class culture in Cape Town, and just taking dance class and dance being fun, but to be on platforms like this has just been, you know, the cherry on top, I would say. So that's who we are. We love dance, and we just want to share it with the world.
Well, these beautiful professional dancers, Elite Dance Movement Studios, is here to elevate your Friday. I'm going to take this, get you ready. Mzansi, get ready.
I'm sipping wine, in a robe. I look too good to be alone. My house clean, my pool warm. Just shake smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of this mansion. What's happening? I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in.
Yeah, let's go. What's my name? Got daddy. Big tunes, got the club banging. Less man, more baddies. What's that? It's a drop top caddy. What's my name? Got daddy. Big tunes, got the club banging. Less man, more baddies. What's that? It's a drop top caddy. Hey, bub daddy, 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 bub daddy. Money Haitian.
Happy on the asset soldier, man. Glory to you.
Whoop it, I'm outside of some movie. Blue cheese, I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I gotta stick to this paper like blue sleep. I'm about my chicken like it's a two-piece. You can have your back, she a groupie. She just got all my kids in a two-seat. Swagged out, familiar, we bringing them gas out. I still got some racks stuffed in the trap house. Off the 42, I'm blowing her back out. I'm back on my bullshit, spin back with a full clip. They say I'm moving ruthless, and my shooters they shooting. I won't take it, they roof, Chris.
You got it, girl, you got it. Hey. You got it, girl, you got it. Little baby in a bag and I'm Birkin. No 9 to 5, put the work in. Laws and all, I love them all. To me, you're perfect. Baby girl, you got it, girl, you got it, girl. You got it, girl, you got it, girl. I don't wanna play no games, play no games. But I don't give you my last name. You know you tired of the same damn thing. That's okay, cause baby, you. Going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't get stopped now, cause it's bad boy for life. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't get stopped now, cause it's bad boy for life.
Perfect timing, beautiful Friday, we love you!
Here's to one last slice of summer and our first taste of autumn. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.